not it. Well, that's not it. Oh my god, move! Shit! Hello? Hold back the rhythm, let me look in your river. Not rhythm, river. Hold back the river so we are live. Hello everybody. Welcome back to the stream. Welcome back. Welcome to BBC Airlines. Welcome back. Welcome in. Welcome back to BBC Airline. Welcome back to BBC. Welcome back to BBC Airline. Right. Right, there we go. There we go. Welcome back to BBC, everyone. Welcome back. Welcome back to BBC. VATSIM Pro 2012. Hello to you. Welcome back. Welcome back. Welcome. Let's get some music playing. We don't have any sim volume, but that's okay. I didn't really want any. And we are getting underway straight away with some more music. We might watch another Mentor pilot video, but right now we're just going to be enjoying some views. And yeah. You've got your own? Alright, sounds good. Sounds good. Oh yes, refile flight plans. Good idea. Come on, come on, come on, come on, come on. Done. Right, I'm going to do some briefings as well for the arrival, because I feel like I don't really do that often. Like briefing the arrivals. What part of the world am I in? We're currently in, if we look at our Volanta app, we just went over the Black Sea and now we've entered into Bulgaria. Although soon we're going to be going into Romania. We're going to be going into Romania soon. And we have an aircraft above us, it seems. Well, there's one aircraft below us. Oh, there he is, over there. Oh, Jake is back. Hello, mate. How are you going, mate? There's an aircraft over there. There we go. Yeah, big up BBC. We might be doing some COV Uni flights after. Whatever that means, I'm not sure. But, yeah. Don't know what that could mean, but Lucas has said that I should do it, so could be an idea. So does COV Uni have an airport? Does it have an airport? COV Uni. Yeah, COV Uni flights. Coventry Uni Airport. We're on VATSIM Flight Sim Pro. I'm more of a multiplayer airport, honest airport. I'm more of a multiplayer player, if you know what I mean. This is going to open in Google Chrome. This is actually COV Uni Airport. CVT. Oh, it's Coventry Airport. Alright, what operates out of here? Nothing. Literally nothing. Wow. There's literally no flights. Oh, maybe it's just like the training airport, is it? Or no, it's actually an airport, but like... There's no one there. Tonight. Yeah, it's a GA airport. So do they do like flights training there? Like they do flight school there? La 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 la. No, just VFR. All right. Interesting. We've been in the air for 7 hours and 50 minutes, so we've got about 3 to go. We've climbed up to flight level 400 as well. How do I spell that sim? How do you spell that sim? What do you mean? How do I spell that sim? Oh, VATSIM. It's called VATSIM. It's a network, basically. So it's like got ATC and stuff like that. I'll put the website in the chat, and then you can maybe join it. It's vatsim.net. And that's what it is. Marlon is here. CovUni Virtual Air Traffic Simulation Network. Yeah, that's what it is. You hate the shitty Rocket League game. Oh dear. I think it's a skill issue. It's a skill issue, I reckon. Winning 3-2 with 5 seconds remaining. And then you lose 4-3. What the fuck is this song? It's a shite song. Lost 3-4 with 1 second remaining. Oh dear. I think we've got to do some more Bobble League or whatever it's called. What was that thing that we played yesterday? That Bobble League game? I forgot what it's called. Bobble League, yeah. What is it called again? I've forgotten. Like, it's called something. Also, that Battleships game, we need to resume that. I don't want to be losing that. It's 5-4 on aggregate. We need to restart that again. Oh, shit. So kind of like ATC for different sims, you get really sick of the AI ATC in 2024. Yeah, AI ATC is terrible. Do you have the built-in, like, do you use, like, say intentions or something like that? Or do you just do nothing? Because I haven't tried, like, Beyond ATC or whatever it's called, or say intentions. I haven't tried that before. So, yeah. But if you just use, like, the built-in ATC in the game, yeah, that's not it for me. That's not it. Either use VATSIM or like one of the AI ATC thingy-mabobbies. That's what I would do. Yeah. But make sure that you know what you're doing before you go into VATSIM. Like, sort of like you know what to say, and you've got like the charts and whatever, like all of this stuff. So we're probably doing the Elvos arrival. The Elvos one mic from Elvos. So Elvos and then Tango November Tango VOR. If you have Marlon as the controller, VATSIM is terrible. Yeah. It can a little bit sometimes get like that, but the rest of it is good. It is called Bobble League. Yeah, I thought it was. So I'm actually going to have to import this into the McDo or whatever it's called, the FMC. Or the CDU. So if I go... Shit, didn't mean to press that button. Alright, there we go. That's now fixed. CDU menu. Now I need to go to the legs page. Oh my god, what has happened? What has happened? What has happened? What has happened? What the fuck did that happen for? Altitude alert. But why did it just descend at like 400 feet? What was that? Is this plane alright? You gotta get... I'm in Microsoft 2020 for this sim. For this one. Because the 787... I don't think the 787 works in 2024. I mean, I haven't tried it, but I was told not to do it, so... Yeah. But it's going pretty well so far. Right, so I need to delete some waypoints here. I need to delete the Bulby waypoint. I don't know why that's in there. Because what it's done is it's given me... Just ignore this part for a second, but it's gone Elvos, TNT, and then Bulby. So I'm not sure if that's some sort of procedure, but I'm going to guess it's not. So I need to delete. Do you know if it works on 2024? Because that's the only simulator you've got. So to do it, you need to... I'm not really sure how it works, because you need to have the Premium Deluxe version of 2020. So... yeah. Delete Bolby after Dane, you'll probably get a heading. Delete Bolby after Dane. Alright, well, we'll see what happens. Bolby after Dane. What do you mean, Bolby after Dane? Just delete Bolby. Okay, but I should still insert the arrival, though, shouldn't I? Well, if I also delete TNT, and then I go to departure and arrival, they are using 2-3 right. So 2-3 right. And then the, what was it called? The Elvo 1 mic. But we don't want to do the MCT transition. We just want to do that. Has that worked? So it goes Elvos, then Elvos. Okay, so just delete this Elvos. And then clear the discontinuity. Okay, there we go. That'll work. That'll do. Okay, that'll be fine. And then that's the ILS 2-3 right. Okay, there we go. That'll be good. And we'll probably be vectored anyway, because usually the Manchesters... There's Dane. Yeah, so what do we do with Dane then? Do we just delete it? Yeah, but it goes Dane and then Vector, right? Just leave Dane. Yeah. Yeah. So flight level 200 at Elvos and then flight level 80 at Dane. You got that Premium Deluxe on both sims when you had 2020. What? I'm not sure what you meant. You'll be back. Gonna have a search on. Okay, roger that. Yeah, I think there's a sneaking suspicion you might need Flight Sim 2020 for it to work. Alright, so briefing the arrival, we have Elvos at flight level 200, and then Quishy, or Quishy, at 250 knot, Dane 230 knot, and flight level 80, which is very good indeed. And then, okay, so do not proceed beyond Dane without ATIS clearance. So this could be a thing, actually. So we could be holding at the waypoint. So what I think I might do, actually, just right away, is just program in the hold. So, hang on a minute, clear that away. Hold at Dane, because it could be busy. And if worse comes to worse, then we actually will not need to do anything. So we're going to program in the hold. So the published hold is right turns. Right turns, and then I just guess 1 minute legs. So 1 minute legs, Dane. Inbound course is 311. So yeah, 310 is fine, is it? No boots. Do. Well, yeah, we'll put 311 in. How do I do that? 311 degrees. There we go. That'll do. And we'll execute that into there. Okay, there we go. So that's now done. Because, yeah, it could be a little bit busy. So there we go. Hold at Dane, which has been set into there. So if we go to the planning section, which I actually have to click on the map, and then zoom it in all the way. So, okay, so it's like that because we're going very fast, right? I think that does it based off your current speed. So once we slow down, that will be fine, I think. Yeah. Cool. So that's all good there then. Because I'm pretty sure that bases it off your current speed. I mean, that would be my guess anyway. Because there's no way it would be like that if it was 230 knot. So yeah, there's no way. And we've got I've forgotten what your name is. Issar? Hello to you. Hello, sir. Welcome in. La 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 do do do. Yes, correct. Very good. I remembered. Welcome back. Welcome back. Good to see you again. It's been a little while, but welcome back nonetheless. Right. I think, yeah, so flight level 4 is going to be the final. So we've got the hold programmed in. Beautiful plane. Yeah, it is pretty nice. We're in the BBC Airlines for this one. Yeah, been some time. That's all right. Yeah, BBC Airlines, this one, otherwise known as Bangladesh Airlines. Biman Bangladesh. Yeah, Yep, that's what it is. All right. So that's all programmed into there. Very good. Now, the next thing we need to do is... I'm just going to write down where we're going to be planning to exit the runway. So we're landing on runway 23 right. Now, let's see where the real plane parked. Because we like to be realistic on this channel. Okay, looks like... What the fuck happened to this plane? I have no idea. Okay, well, I'm not sure where it parks. I guess it parks somewhere around this area. The controller will probably give us a gate, honestly. So we plan to exit at Bravo, Delta, or Alpha Echo. So probably auto brake 3 is what we'll go for. Because we probably want to exit off at the first exit, just to keep the ATC happy. So we'll aim for Bravo, Delta, I reckon. So let's write all of this down. Here we go. Where's my pen gone? Where the hell is that? I've lost it. Pen has been lost again. Where the hell's my pen gone? Oh, here it is. Found it. Found the pen. Does it work is the question. Barely works. Okay, so EGC arrival in BBC Airlines. And this song is not it. Can we please get some good song, please? Can we get some good song? Like, can we please get some good song, man? Let's go for... What do I want to hear today? Let's go for this. Let's start a radio from this song. Let's see what we get. Do 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 do. Okay. So we're going to plan to... So we're going to do an auto brake 3. And an exit at Bravo Delta. So that's the first rapid exit. First rapid exit. Rapid exit taxiway. And this runway is nice and long of 10,000 feet, so that's all very good. Do we need to worry about any of this? No, I don't think we do. Do we need to watch out for any of the hotspots? No, we don't. Okay, very good. So let's look at these charts. So we take a look at the arrivals. Yeah, let's have a look at this. Oh, yep, sorry, that was a swear word. Speed restriction. 220 knot from the holding facility during immediate approach phase. The highest possible speed between 180 and 160 until established on final approach. Okay. 160 knot plus or minus 5 when established on the ILS thereafter until DME 4.0. Okay, that makes sense. So basically 160 to maintain till 4 DME. Noise abatement we don't care about. I don't think there's going to be any Cat 1 or 2 operations, is there? No, weather is clear. And then we go into the next one. Minimum runway occupancy time. Okay, so wow. So runway 23 right. The designed exit speed is 52 knot. So we're going to be exiting at that exit at 52 knot. So that's fine to do. So that's good to know. And then, yeah. So 52 knot we can. Landing aircraft to vacate expeditiously. To ensure fully vacated before stopping, taxiways Papa and Foxtrot are not available as runway exits. Okay, which means these ones, Papa and Foxtrot. So do not exit there because they are not designed for it. Cool. And then aircraft should descend at a rate of at least 500 feet per minute. ATC will advise an estimate of track distance to touchdown when clearance to descend below the transition altitude is given. Further distance information will be given between the descent clearance and the instruction to turn onto the intercept heading to the ILS localizer. Due to high ground east of airport, descent below 3,000 will be in accordance with the chart Manchester 10-1 Romeo, which is somewhere. When landing on 23 right, the apex lies 2,300 feet into the TDZ. Should the aircraft still be flared beyond this point, the runway surface will be falling away at a significant rate with the risk of a large touchdown. Okay, so the runway is sloped is basically what it's saying. Okay, so we cannot float this landing like we did with the last landing that we did. Otherwise, we're gonna be so screwed. We are gonna be screwed. So runway is sloped. So basically, I'm just gonna put in caps lock on my notes. Don't float, basically. Do not float the aircraft. Otherwise, we're gonna die. Alright, there we go. Very good. So that's good. That's done then. And then, yeah, I'm pretty sure we don't need to look at the generals, do we? No, the general taxi procedure maybe, but no. And then, yeah, that's fine. All right, then. And then we'll get the parking stands up as well. So we'll exit at one of those exits there. We'll probably go on to Alpha, maybe. I think Alpha's the designated taxiway. So we'll taxi on Alpha. So we'll go Bravo, Delta, and then on to Alpha. Probably makes the most sense, I guess. And then we'll either go Delta, Echo into the stand, somewhere into the stand. I'm not really too sure where. But yeah. I don't know if all the gates are going to be taken up, actually. That could be maybe what's happening. So we might have to hold. We could do some holding patterns. We never know. That's what it said on the event. So we'll have to see what happens. But we got the hold programmed in. We have an aircraft that's 1,500 feet above us. That's interesting. Where is that? Where am I anyway? Oh, there I am. But what? 1,500 feet. Where are they? They are nowhere to be seen. Okay, it looks like the TCAS is bugged, apparently. Okay, I don't know what that is. It's obviously wrong. For too long. Don't change the earth. Nope, don't know the words still. So yeah, there we go. So that's the arrival briefing done. So we're going to do auto brake 3, which, I mean, I can set it now, just so I don't forget. 1, 2, 3. And then exiting at Bravo Delta at 52 knots. That's the, that is the maximum we can go. Which is pretty fast, honestly. And do we have any ATC coming up? No, we don't. Well, we've got Germany Centre online, Lungen Radar, courtesy of Yannick, and then Lou Cax. And then we got a guy called David Sharp. And we also have, I think, I'm pretty sure that Scottish Control is online. So Scottish Control is online, and oh my goodness, look at the arrivals for Manchester Airport. I just spat all over my screen like an idiot. Let's clean that off before I, you know. So where are we? Okay, so we're actually landing quite far after the previous arrival. We're going to be the first in when the event... No, we're not. No, we're not, actually. This guy's going to be the first, because the event starts at... No, the event starts at 1400. If I'm not mistaken, actually. Yeah. Event starts at 1400, so at this time we'll be the first one in. We didn't have a slot booked, but we'll see what happens. So, yeah, hopefully it's fine. And, yeah, we are just cruising at flight level 400 very, very nicely indeed. So if you look at the Valenta... The God of Valanti. We have a screenshot from some Donny over there at Emirates. Yeah, we've flown all this way. All the way from Sylhet. Don't know how you say it. And we've gone all the way. All the way through there. And yeah, I think we are... Oh, we're just going to be narrowly avoiding these centres, apparently. And then we're going to be going up into Scottish Control area. Although we might go a little bit into this one. I'll have to look at VAT glasses or whatever it's called. And, yeah, just make sure that we're doing everything correctly. Good song, good song. Very good song. Yeah, so there we go. That's what we're doing. Cool. I'm going to turn my air conditioner off. It's getting a little bit chilly in here, actually, so I'm just going to turn it off very quickly. So, BRB. Dun, 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 dun. Oh. I'll probably be turning it back on at some point during the next, like, hour or so. But yeah. There we go. Cool. Right, so we're just cruising still. We might chuck on another mentor pilot video. Because, yeah. Oh, it's Aether Simulation. Is going to be the new Manchester airport. Dun 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 dun. Yeah. Alright. Yeah, if we go onto YouTube and take a look at Mentor Pilot, this guy is good. Dun, dun. It's been raining for so long.
A Boeing 737-8.
So long. Don't you go out in the rain. Yeah, I like this guy. This guy is good. Oh, but Big Jet TV is live. Oh, I think he's doing London Heathrow stuff. Yeah, there he is.
Another sticker going to Lee.
Jerry. Good old Jerry. Is it Jerry? It didn't sound like him. I have no idea.
Ooh, look at me. Shut up!
Yeah, that's him. That's him.
No, no.
Bum 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 bum. This is a good 50-minute one.
We'll be able to hold about 5 minutes.
I'll watch this in a minute. For so long. Don't you go out in the rain. Don't go out in pouring rain. Oh, where's JT Reacts? Yeah, actually, no, we need to watch him, actually. No, you're right. We need to get him back on. He made a video saying, like, it's over or something. Or some bullshit like that. Let's even get JT Reacts in here. Here we go. JT Reacts. Oh, my days. Look at this guy. You watched it the other day? What, the It's Over video? Where's that from? Yeah, what is this? Alright, here we go. We're going to put this on.
What is up, guys? Welcome back to
What
another
is
video.
that
It has been a
mic?
minute. That's kind of what this video was about today. Kind of giving you like
What is that
updates just on
mic?
all the channels, this channel, Anna and JT Outdoors, where have we
Channel.
been, what's been going on, and what does the future hold. And also, I have something that I've been needing to tell y'all for the past few weeks. Something pretty big, especially on this channel. So yeah,
Is he having a
let's start out
child?
with Anna and JT. That's the one we haven't posted on in like the longest, like 3 months, 4 months. It's been a minute. And basically, me and Anna just kind of decided to take a break on Anna and JT for a couple different reasons. Anna, she's not a YouTuber. She has her whole other career, and she had an opportunity to move up and get a promotion to she's the boss now. She is the manager. She's the head honcho over there. So when she had the opportunity to do that, she kind of had to put her whole focus on that, you know? So she has been super locked in over there, focused on that, trying to adapt to the new change and the new role and everything, which is insane. She has been working there for like 2 years, and she went from just a basic employee to the boss in 3 years. It's insane. I'm so proud of her. Y'all let her know down in the comments.
Yeah, it was a good decision from her, because she was never going to be a YouTuber.
Right there, she outworks all of us, you know? So she has been super duper focused on that. And the last thing I want to do is when she comes home at the end of the day of a very long, stressful day being the boss, you know? Be like, hey, you want to make a random YouTube video? I don't want to do that to her. I wanted to give her some time to adapt and get used to the change and the new job description, you know? And then also at the same time, The weather, it's Kentucky weather. It has been terrible. Everything we want to do on Anna and JT requires at least halfway decent weather, and it just hasn't been that. It's either been thunderstorms and tornadoes or just full
Tornadoes.
But luckily, now it's starting to warm up just a little bit. It's halfway decent to be outside, and Anna has kind of adapted, and I feel like she's ready. She just mentioned something the other day. It's like, we need to start filming again. She misses y'all, you know, so Anna and JT is not dead. We are coming back very, very soon, actually. We just went like 2 days ago and got some stuff to get the garden started again this year. We plan on getting some actual animals, starting the actual little farm around here. And then, of course, we got a bunch of different projects here on the new property that we want to do, stuff we want to build. And then JT Outdoors, pretty much the same thing with the weather. You know, over there, we want to metal detect and fish. It's been absolutely terrible weather for both of those. And then I also just randomly stumbled upon a new project for that channel. So JT Outdoors will be coming back just like Anna and JT. And as far as this channel, like all of February, if y'all noticed, I went like crazy hard posting on this channel, more JT Reacts. I was doing stuff I've never done before. I was coming up with new video ideas that y'all loved. I had so much fun. I was going crazy all of February. But something I haven't shared with y'all yet is last like November, I started another business outside of YouTube. And I kind of knew that around March, when it started warming up a little bit around here, that it was going to
Sounds pretty good.
Hopefully, you know, get busy. And I was going to have to put a lot of my time and energy into it. And just as I was hoping, it did. Basically, since the beginning of March, I have been guns a-blazing with the new business, trying to, you know, get it going and taking care of all that. I've been, like, basically waking up at 5:30 a.m., leaving the house and not coming home until about 8 p.m. So doing all that, it's kind of hard to be like, all right, let me go make a video when I have absolutely zero energy at the end of the day, you know? But it's a blessing. It's a really good thing, you know, for the other business. But it's also kind of like Anna getting the promotion, you know? It's something else I have to try to balance with the YouTube. Because YouTube's still my main thing. This is what I love. This is my main thing. The other thing is kind of like a little side hustle, you know, so. But it also takes a lot of time. It's hard manual labor. So it was also something I needed to adjust to. So that's kind of why the upload slowed down a little bit at the beginning of this month. But I feel like I'm in a place now to where I kind of got the other business kind of down to a T, you know, to a JT at least, where I can still handle the business over there and still have the time and energy to come make videos for you guys. So videos over here are definitely not going anywhere. More JT Reacts. We're still going to be posting over there. But there is one thing we are not going to be doing anymore, and that is the P.O. Box. The P.O. Box is officially closed as of the beginning of March, and the story that comes with it is absolutely insane. Basically, towards like the end of Reactmas, I noticed I wasn't getting any more packages at the P.O. Box. For the past 3 years, let me tell y'all this. For the past 3 years, my Saturday morning routine has been wake up, get dressed, hop in the truck, go to town, and check my P.O. Box. I do it once a week. I have for the past 3 years. Maybe I'm going out of town or something. I'll give them a call, be like, hey, I'm going out of town. I'll be back this day. And usually they'll like extend anything for like 2 weeks just to make sure I have enough time to come get it, you know? But I noticed kind of towards the end of Reactmas and the beginning of the new year, I would go in there and there wasn't anything. There wasn't any slips in my little box. I'd walk up to the desk, ask them. I have my own personal shelf in the post office because I get so many and bigger packages. They had to give me my own shelf and there was nothing on it. You know, I kind of just chalked it up to the holiday season. People don't want to spend money on us. They want to spend money on their actual family, you know? And that's perfectly okay. You know, I completely understand that because Christmas is tough, you know? It's expensive out here. But then, like, middle of January, almost towards the end of January, I got a couple emails from like 2 or 3 different people saying, hey, my package has been at the P.O. Box since like the beginning of January or like mid-December or something crazy. Basically, it's been there for weeks and weeks and it hasn't been picked up yet. What's going on? Again, I go up there once a week. During Reactmas, I was going up there almost twice a week just to, you know, stay on top of it just in case we got some packages to make a video for Reactmas. But I was going up there and there wasn't anything. I wasn't getting any slips. I was asking them. They couldn't find anything. There was nothing on my shelf or anything like that. So I thought it was kind of weird that people are sending me emails and stuff saying, hey, my package has been there and you haven't picked it up. What's going on? So when I seen those emails, I went up there the next day and I showed the lady the email. She was like, huh, that's weird. So she and like another lady went and searched all throughout. They went in the back in like the storage room and stuff, and they're like, there's nothing here. And she was like, maybe it's on the truck. Maybe come back tomorrow. It might be here. So I was like, all right, whatever. So I went back the next day. Still wasn't there. I was like, okay, what? I know these people sending me emails ain't lying, you know? And she basically told me, she was like, sometimes they send an email and say it's here when it's really not, stuff like that. Basically an excuse. I was like, okay, no problem. About 2 or 3 days later, I think it was Lorna. If y'all have watched any of the P.O. Box openings, Lorna, she has sent all kinds of stuff. I think Lorna's the one that emailed me first and said, hey, they sent my package back. And they said it's because it wasn't picked up in time.
What?
I was like, huh? I've been there multiple times, and they haven't given me anything, and now they're sending stuff back. So at this point, I'm beyond mad. Now they're sending stuff back. Like, what is even happening? So I went up there, and I was like, hey, people are emailing me now saying y'all are sending my stuff back. And this lady looks at me, and she says, yeah, because it's been here too long. After so many weeks, we have to send it back. I said, ma'am, why didn't you give it to me? I've been here multiple times throughout the past like 2 months, and there's been nothing. What do you mean it's been here too long? I was just in here the other day saying, hey, people are saying their package is here. Y'all searched for it and didn't find anything, but now you're saying their packages were here and they've been here too long, so you sent them back? And her answer, I swear, I wish I had a camera recording, because like it could make the news on just how ridiculous this whole scenario was. She said, yeah, no, they were here. They were put... This is her, like, almost verbatim, like, quote-unquote, what she said. Yeah, no, they were here. They were just in a weird spot, and we couldn't find them.
What?
So, y'all put them in a random spot in this building, couldn't find them for months, and then you find them, scan them, see, oh, they've been here for a month and a half, it's time to send them back, instead of giving me a call or waiting for me to come in that week. Y'all know they're mine. I've been doing this for 3 years. What? I was so confused and so angry. Like, I was going multiple times a week because I was like, I've never gone this long in the past.
Just get a new
3 years
PO
without
box.
getting at least one package, so something was up. But one of their workers put my packages in a weird spot, and y'all couldn't find them. But then when you find them and you scan them, you just send them back instead of telling me. When you know I was just in here 2 or 3 days ago. It was 3 days ago. And y'all were searching, looking for these packages that were supposed to be here. But as soon as you find them, you just send them back. It was insane. It was absolutely insane. And this
What
was
is
the lady
that,
that works at the front.
Like, why would
I told
they
her,
do
hey,
that?
go get your boss. I got to talk to somebody. Like, this is ridiculous. And at this point, she's walking away. She's huffing. She's mumbling under her breath. I'm usually very, very respectful, super level-headed. It takes a lot to make me angry, you know? I'm all about spread love, but at this point, your boy I'm pissed. I'm heated. It was insane. So she goes and she gets the postmaster or whatever his name is. I don't know. The boss, basically. And I tell him everything that happened. He said, yeah, once they're here so long, we have to send them back. I said, brother, I have been here to try to get them. It ain't my fault y'all didn't give them to me. Y'all are the ones that put them in a weird spot and couldn't find them. I asked him, I was like, so what about the people that sent them? Do they get a refund? They're sending them from overseas. That it's expensive. And he was like, I don't know. That's on like their end. I want to know anything about that. I was like, so what are we going to do? Like, there's got to be something we have to solve this problem, you know? Whether you get these people their money back or call whoever you got to get these packages back to me, something has to happen. And he basically turned into the lady that was working in the front and started huffing, and grown man, okay? Grown man, rolled his eyes. So I was like, okay, dude. Over the past 3
What
years,
the hell?
I have received packages that have been damaged, stuff inside broken, stuff inside literally opened, and y'all just put a sticky note on it and said, hey, it accidentally came open, sorry. Stuff missing in packages, it's been ridiculous. The stuff I have put up with this post office has been insane. And now this right here, this is just pure incompetence, you know? I said, I need the number to whoever your boss is, and I need all y'all's names, and I have to file like a legit complaint against this entire post office because this is ridiculous. And once I started talking about that, he already is a grown man who rolled his eyes at me. He wasn't going to have any of that, so, you know, at this point, he's just like, there's nothing I can do, blah, blah, blah. I was like, I need your names. To make this long story just a little bit shorter, he gives me their names, so that way I can file a complaint on them. I tell him, hey, I need a refund for the 12 months I just paid for like 2 months ago, and I need to close my box. And he was like, I can only do 6 months refund. I was like, that's fine. Just give me some of my money back and close my box so I never, ever have to deal with y'all ever again. So my box was open for basically the end of February, but as soon as March 1st hit, the box was officially closed. And like I said, that's kind of like the same time I got super busy with the other stuff. I should have told y'all about this a lot sooner. That's on me. I apologize. I have talked to Lorna, and I've sent an email to a couple of the other people that emailed me about their packages being sent back, trying to, you know, do whatever I can whether I have to give them a refund myself, whatever. It's unacceptable. Absolutely unacceptable. But yeah, as far as the P.O. box, it's closed for now. Maybe one day in the future, I'll go to a different post office somewhere and hopefully they're better at their job and we can reopen it and do P.O. box openings again. But for now, I think everybody just needs a break from it. I did, in fact, file a formal complaint at the main headquarters of the USPS offices. There will probably be nothing done about it, you know, because that's just how they are. So, but yeah, that's basically the update I have for
That's
you
usually
guys.
what happens
PO
with
box,
those sorts
rest
of
in
things.
peace, you know, maybe we'll revive it one day, but the videos are not stopping. We're going to be back in full effect very, very soon across all channels. So y'all just stick around, stay tuned. I appreciate you guys so much. I love you guys so much. Y'all stuck through so much stuff with me, and I love you guys. I appreciate you guys so much. Again, I love you guys so much. JT Rex, and I'm out. Peace.
Yeah, so it's not over. Good clickbaity title. Good clickbaity title. But that's sad that the P.O. box is over. I just got into those videos. The P.O. box videos were good. He should definitely reopen it. Alright, what other food challenges are there? Alright, here we go. Americans try UK snacks again. This will be good. Oh, he's even got the UK hat on. Alright, here we go.
What is up, guys? Welcome back to a brand new video, and today we're going to be trying British snacks. We got like 10 British snacks out in front of us. Courtesy to my boy Dave, I think, is who sent it in the P.O. box opening last video.
Shout out to
This
Dave.
is just the beginning. There's
Shout
still
out
like
Dave.
freaking
Whole box.
like
Oh, chocolate
20 more
fingers,
in the
I know
box.
them as
so we
well.
just picked out 10 of them. We're going to review them today.
I've got
We've never
them
had
as
any
well.
of these. All of these we've never
got them
heard
here as
of.
well.
And what we're going to be doing, I'm here with, she's not the queen, but she is my queen. The beautiful, the breathtaking, Anna Flood.
Hey guys.
And
They
today
are good.
we're going to be trying them. And, you know, we've been together for 4 years. So I figured if I said it's good, she's probably going to say it's good because, like, we just, like, think alike, kind of. So what we're going to do, we're going to try them, not say anything. And we both got whiteboards. We're going to write down on a scale from 1 to 10. 1 being straight terrible booty ass. 10 being, like, Jesus' spit.
What? What?
Anything but spit.
So we're gonna try.
What is he
we're gonna
saying?
write down 1 through 10. We're gonna rate them, and then we're gonna reveal it to each other and see like.
No, she definitely
how
doesn't
different
agree.
Our taste buds are, because I got taste buds for like chicken nuggets, and she likes like everything else. So.
I'll eat anything but sushi.
All right, eeny, meeny, miny, mo. I want the animal crackers. This is what we're starting off with.
We don't know that they're animal crackers though.
All right, we're starting off with Cadbury Animals with Fredo.
Sure.
What?
Fredo Baines. He's a rapper in the UK or in the US.
Fredo.
We're starting off with these.
It's Fredo.
Here, grab one side. We gotta open them together.
Wow.
Oh, there's a couple goals right there.
Ooh. Ah, damn. That's stupid. It's individual. Alright.
As you can tell, we've never had these before.
No. While swimming, elephants use their trunks like a snorkel to breathe in deep water.
I didn't know that.
Me either. Interesting.
I'm glad that you just opened them. I checked the date.
We should have
first.
evolved like
Oh,
that.
yeah. Nah, my boy Dave wanted to do us like that. No, we're good. What the?
Chocolate
they got
animals.
Chocolate on the bottom of them. Hey. I'm not gonna say anything. Who you
I
eating?
think those are nice, actually. Those types of
eating a
biscuits are
frog.
good.
Ew.
Yeah. Alright, 1, 2, 3, go. Alright. 1 to 10, 1 being booty, 10 being good. Alright. In 3, 2, 1. I gave it
5
a
she
8.
goes
Y'all
for.
probably can't even see these.
I
Yeah.
gave it a 5.
Yeah. Nah.
No,
They're-
those are
they're
decent. I think I've had them
So
before,
the
actually.
reason why I gave it a 5, the chocolate's really good.
Yeah.
It's better than the U.S. chocolate, but I wouldn't just automatically pick it because it kind of reminds me of graham
And he's got
cracker with
McDonald's.
Yeah. Yeah, they remind me of just chocolate covered, not graham cracker, animal crackers. To me.
No, because animal crackers taste different than that. I eat a lot of food. They are good though.
Alright, starting off, I said it was above average, you said it
Yeah.
was about average.
Any
Alright,
Cadbury
pick a
biscuit in the
number
UK
1
is
to
good,
9.
yeah.
7.
I agree.
Next up, we got McVitie's.
Ooh, McVitie's. Yes. But not
Java
Jaffa
cakes.
cakes.
I'm assuming.
McVitie's, yeah, McTitties Java cakes. Alright, so there's 10 cakes. I don't know what the hell these are gonna be.
Wrongo.
Actually,
McVitie's is good. I like the chocolate digestive biscuits. Why don't they try them?
Ooh.
that was not one of those. Expected.
Okay, these are, yeah. Yeah.
I was not expecting that.
They're soft. Feel them. Those are like the softest freaking biscuit cookies I've ever felt.
Well,
Like
yeah,
it's
it's not meant to be a
squishy.
biscuit.
I wonder if there's something in the middle.
I think so, because it's squishy.
Break it open.
Okay. Charlie.
What is that? Why is it so... Ooh.
Is it meant to be hard? I don't think it is.
Oh, it smells citrusy.
Yeah, it's,
I
it's
mean,
like
there's
orange,
oranges
isn't
on
it?
the thing.
Was there?
Yeah, that's what the Java was
Oh.
made out of. Orange slices. All right, 3, 2, 1.
I'm so scared.
Well, I don't know about.
Me too. I don't know.
Fruit and chocolate is not a good
I don't know why we're
combination.
doing this.
No, I don't think I would like that either.
Why is it sour?
Fruit and chocolate
Yeah,
is
I
not a
did.
good combination.
I gotta swallow it.
I already swallowed mine.
No.
You can do it.
All right, rate them.
Also, just on record, he's one of the pickiest eaters I know.
Yeah, I don't eat too much, so half of these I'm probably gonna rate bad. All right, 3, 2,
That's a 1 for me.
I said a 2.
Minus
-6,000.
6,000.
Those were bad. Those were bad. I'm sure this is somebody's like favorite freaking thing ever.
And I'm sorry.
It's not. That's not it. That is not it.
If it didn't have that in the center, probably an 8.
Yeah, if it was just like a soft cookie with chocolate over it, fire. Like 10 out of 10. But that orange citrus stuff, nah, that ain't it.
I've never had an orange anything taste like that.
Hopefully, I'm sure Dave sent us everything that's still good.
I hope
I
so.
don't think my boy Dave would do that to us.
Fingers.
Cadbury Dairy Milk fingers.
You'll never forget
Milk
the first time you had
chocolate
orange
biscuits.
chocolate from the UK.
These are
Absolutely
probably gonna be
terrible.
good.
Yeah,
These
I
are probably
know.
gonna be fire.
Oh, here we go. Chocolate
Here,
fingers.
you open it. I've been opening everything.
These are good. These are really
Yeah,
good.
I still got it stuck
But yeah,
in my
fruit
teeth.
and chocolate do not go well together.
Whoa.
Oh, these are so good. You know, usually I say I can't eat a lot of chocolate at one time, but I reckon I could probably eat a full packet of these. Orange chocolate.
Yeah, we're only 2 in.
Fucking
Yeah, these are gonna be
hell.
good. All right, 3.
Orange
2,
chocolate
1.
is not good. Those are
Alright,
good.
3,
Those are like an
2,
8 or a
1.
9. Yeah, I agree.
None.
Hey!
8 or 9,
Nines
yes.
all
It's a good
around. Those are
rating.
good. Those are pretty good. I forgot the name of the ones that we have in the U.S., but they're just like this. They're like that wafer.
Yeah, easily
kinda
one
stuff
packet. I reckon
with
I could
the
do a
chocolate
packet of
over
them.
So what it reminds me of is like this little Mexican candy
Could raw dog a packet of them
that
easily.
they have. It's kind of the same. It's just really skinny.
Yeah. And then
And only one end.
I think it's called like sticks or something.
Something like that.
Yeah.
And
And it comes in this little bag, and it's just this real long stick that
Yeah.
has chocolate over it.
they're skinnier than that, and only one end is dipped in chocolate.
Yeah, they're good. All right, pick a number. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 1 through 7.
4.
Fox's Ginger Crunch Creams.
You're not gonna like these.
I'm definitely not gonna like these. Best before 10. We good.
Crunch creams.
Yeah, I don't know about
Never
these.
seen them before.
Let's get into it.
I'm glad that I can just look at them and be like, you're not gonna like that.
Yeah. Sorry making a mess.
Oh. Does it smell bad? What is in them?
God!
Oh god, it's all
UPS does not know
crumbly.
how to handle freaking biscuit.
You wanna just take that one half?
Yeah.
Oh.
Well, there's yours.
Thanks.
Alright.
Actually,
It smells like Fruit Loops. If y'all have ever had Fruit Loops, this is exactly what it smells like. Alright.
Crunch creams.
Dude, you got it on your nose. 3, 2, 1, go. Okay. Okay. I ain't gonna eat it again, but okay.
Okay. Oh, Jeff, hello to you,
Let's
matey.
rate these
Hello.
things. The ginger
him,
crunch
welcome him.
creams. 3, 2, 1, go.
A 4 he's
8 and
given
4.
it.
You thought they were good? Nah, they're below average to me.
I'm
Like-
eating the rest of it.
But I ain't gonna walk
Oh, we
into
also
like
had,
the grocery
Zach
store
here as
or
well.
a gas station.
Badlands
I need
Chunks.
me
What
some,
does that
I need me
mean?
some crunch creams. I need to fulfill my taste for crunch creams.
They remind me of a Girl Scout cookie that is lemon with powdered sugar on it.
Yeah.
They remind me
Oh,
of
they're
those,
like
and I
lemony.
really
Oh,
like
I see
those.
what they mean.
Now we got
Okay, that guy
Fox's
needs to stop
Fabulous
burping.
Chocolatey milk chocolate rounds. Shortcake biscuit coated in smooth milk chocolate.
I'm going to change the interval for that Discord announcement.
There's that.
I'm assuming that's a really popular
Shit.
brand because
Yeah.
you got quite a few in of the Fox's brand.
Like, literally.
Is that one thing or is there two in each?
There's 2.
Okay.
I thought they were big as hell.
I did too. Like chocolate.
Damn. Alright, 3, 2, 1, go. I don't know. Can't decide. Alright. Ready?
What is that?
3, 2, 1.
Is that
go.
another fruit one?
4.
Chocolate
Too much
donuts.
I gave it a 7 because, like, the chocolate was good. It just needed something else. Like, it was kind of bland.
Like a peanut or something.
I need some milk. I need some milk to dip them in.
He
They'd be
needs
fire.
some
I'm not a
milk.
big fan of chocolate, but the chocolate is better than the U.S. I will say that.
Yeah.
Anything
Yeah,
is
that tastes
better than
like real
US.
chocolate. Alright, 1 through 5.
2.
Sticking with the Foxes. Fox's fabulous
Don't ask me.
Viennese milk chocolate dipped fingers. Some straight chocolate dipped fingers.
Vienna.
Boom.
Is it
Chocolate,
so
Interesting.
chocolate dipped fingers. Look
Interesting.
At these. It was like a finger that just got done scratching his butt crack or something.
Okay.
I just want to say,
What
there are
the
these
fuck?
cookies that come in tins that are the blue tins that have like the pretzel shaped ones. You know which ones I'm talking about? They come out at Christmas every year. I can't, well, it's because I work at Walmart. That's the only reason why I know this. And because we get them every year, it smells
Right,
just
so
like
she's
that.
the manager at Walmart, so we know that. Oh, that was 4 years ago, though. No, it's different, probably.
Oh,
You know which ones
yeah.
I'm talking about?
Cheers with it.
Actually, when was this released? I don't know. He said it's been there for 3 years. Maybe it's not Walmart.
Hey. The box says melt in your mouth recipe. They are not lying. That stuff disappeared. Alright. I got chocolate.
The way
all
you just
over my
threw
hands.
it back into
I think
the
it's on my
package
nose
is
now, too.
amazing.
Alright, you ready? 3, 2, 1.
Ooh.
10. I gave it a 6. How's it a 10? You like them that much?
God, it's so good.
Well, there you go. Let's put them over. We got that's the first 10 of the video. All right, let me flip my hat backwards because we're about to party, honey. You ready? No more coffee. We about to get drunk up in this bitch.
Jesus
What
Christ.
the hell?
We got Bourbon Creams by Sainsbury.
Well, it has absolutely
Fucking
nothing.
hell, we cannot say that,
probably
can he?
not have like any alcohol in it.
Sainsbury.
Ingredients: wheat flour, sugar, icing sugar, cocoa, wheat starch.
Has nothing to do with bourbon.
Well, I don't
Why
care.
would
I'm
it
still
have
getting drunk.
alcohol in it?
Well, did you know, in order for it to be considered a bourbon, it
Hold
has to
back
be
the rhythm and you look
either
at my
packaged or
eyes.
distilled, or both, in the state of Kentucky.
Well, look at you little encyclopedia.
I used to manage a liquor store, and that's the only reason why
Wait,
I know
what did
that.
she say?
Distilled.
Drunk off of them.
Well, did you know, in order for it to be considered a bourbon, it has to be either packaged or distilled, or both, in the state of Kentucky.
Well,
What?
look at you little encyclopedia.
I used to manage a liquor store, and that's the only reason why I know that.
This is good. This one's a lot of chocolate. It's got chocolate on the inside, chocolate on the outside.
Hey, Dave. Salty next time.
Yeah. Hey, Dave.
Dave.
All right, 3, 2, 1. Nah. That ain't it, homie. 3, 2, 1.
I
One.
gave it a 3.
1. That ain't it. That's too
One.
much chocolate.
So I gave it a 3 because the cookie portion of it kind of reminds me of the chocolate animal crackers, and those are delicious.
Too much. Too much. Down to the final 3.
Hobnobs?
You want some hobnobs?
What's a hobnob?
I don't know, but we're about to eat it. Hey, Team Great Britain loves them, so we got some hobnobs.
If anybody could tell us what those are.
Hobnobs.
I'm pretty sure these are like the biscuits or the cookies or whatever that everybody says that we need to dip in tea. I mean, I got a sweet tea right here, but y'all would probably like kill me.
No,
if I
that's
did
not what
that.
you meant to
Yeah,
do.
So, milk choc.
Another chocolate. Y'all really like chocolate, don't you?
I swear, everything in here is chocolate. We still got one more chocolate thing, too. You got a crick in your neck.
Yeah.
What the
You stop it.
Alright. Hobnobs. I'm taking... Here. You want a big piece or a little piece?
Yeah, I figured you're gonna take the little piece.
Yeah, there you go. Because I don't know about these.
Dun,
Alright.
dun,
3,
dun,
2,
dun, 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 dun.
You ready? 3, 2, 1.
We have the 6.
Pretty close.
But they
pretty
make
close. I think
Vitties
they
as
taste
well.
like the iced cookies. The iced oatmeal cookies.
Oatmeal cookies.
Yeah, that's exactly what it tastes like. So it's not bad. If I dipped it in some milk, I eat all of them.
He
But
needs
they're
some milk.
Saltier.
Yeah,
They're
they're
not
different,
cookies.
but that's what they taste like. All right, down to the final 2. I got one in each hand, left or right. All right, with some more chocolate. I swear, I just picked the most random 10 I could, and they just all had chocolate on them, I guess. We got milk chocolate malted milk biscuits by Sainsbury's. That's another brand we've had
Sainsbury's.
before.
Oh
Thought you
my
were throwing me
days.
for a loop there.
Nope. Hell no, I already gotta use the bathroom. These things, jeez. Got a little design on it. There you go. I feel like all the smells are just starting to run together. Like the past 4 have all smelled the same.
No, you're supposed to smell. You're supposed to smell the back of your hand, and it like refreshes your sense.
It definitely doesn't.
I'm used to it.
Hey, that's my shirt. All right, 3, 2, 1.
Why does he eat so little of it?
3, 2, 1.
2.
He didn't even eat that much of
Yeah.
it.
Those ain't it.
I don't know. They added like a peanut there, or like a nougat.
Well, you want some nuts in your biscuits?
Yeah, I do.
What the
actually.
hell?
Alright, last but not least, we got Fox's Party Rings.
You want some nuts in your biscuits?
These shouldn't have no chocolate in them, I don't think.
Watch it be white chocolate.
Yeah, it's gonna be white chocolate or something. Let's see.
Ooh.
Ooh,
Ooh.
fancy.
They remind me of what is it? Macarons or macaroons?
I'm gonna be 110%. These smell like shit. These
Yeah.
smell.
They look terrible.
No.
They look really bad.
Alright, what color you want? All right, you ready? Last one. Cheers.
God dang.
3, 2, 1, go.
It reminds me of yogurt.
Yeah,
Oh.
I got it. Way too.
Well.
Ow.
I can't.
That hard as hell. Alright. Ready? 3, 2, 1. 1? I gave
Wow.
it a 7.
No,
How?
that ain't it. It's too hard, for one. For 2,
I mean-
I don't like the icing that's on it. I feel like there's too much. And for 3, no thank you.
Well, for 1, they smelled like shit.
But yeah.
For 2, they didn't taste like shit to me. And for 3, that's all we got. Alright, now we gotta rate everything overall. How satisfied were you? 1 through 5, or 1 through 10.
Everything.
Okay, just completely our first ever trying British UK snacks, cookies, whatever the hell we just ate.
Do I have to write it down?
Yeah, write it down. We're gonna see how close we can get to each other.
Okay.
Everything all together. What do you rate? Ah, I just erased my number. Damn. All right, ready?
Yep.
3, 2, 1,
8.
6.
Ooh.
Well,
I was,
Dunno.
everything to me all together was like, all right.
I mean, I could agree with that, but it's the simple fact that we got to try something completely different that we've never had before.
Yeah.
Some of the brands we knew. By some, I mean one. But it's interesting to see what you all find to be, like, really good. Like, you all really like certain ones. And I've got a feeling we offended somebody because they're like, that's the best one out there.
Oh yeah. Our taste buds are so used to shit
Yeah.
that good
Good
stuff
stuff is-
tastes like shit to us.
Yep. So it's like,
Jaffa cake that. Yeah, those were bad.
I hated that.
What? Yeah, what was the worst ones out of
Hands
all
down.
of them?
That one.
The Hoffa cakes.
Oh
yeah,
my
those
Disgusting.
Done. No,
Absolutely.
like these
Half
were the
a
sticks.
They're
cakes.
fingers.
No, those are
Not
the
what they're
fingers.
No,
called.
they're not. Those are the fingers.
Those are the dipped fingers.
Those are also fingers.
They are Jaffa.
Oh yeah.
Yes, correct.
God dang it!
It's not German.
I think these are the best. These are my favorite ones.
These are my favorite.
Yes,
Alright guys, that
fingers.
is it for American
I finally
Time,
agree with him
UK
for once.
snacks, cookies, whatever the hell you want to call this for the first time.
Biscuits.
Biscuits. British biscuits. British biscuits.
Band snacks.
What is up guys, welcome back to a brand new video, and today we're taste testing some British snacks.
Snacks.
We got
We got some more chips in
7.
this one. I like the chips
Right.
ones.
7
the
different British
crisps.
snacks that we're going to be trying.
The crisp
We got
ones, these are the good
some
videos.
Candies, some chips, that's about it. So,
Crisp.
crisp, sure. But to wash it all
Crisp.
down, first things first, Vimto since 1908.
I've heard of that before.
We got some good old Vimto. I think this is a British drink.
Sure.
I've never heard of it before.
I've heard of
honestly.
Vimto before.
Does it have vitamins in it? Can't forget the cups.
Oh yeah, some nice, good old cups. Boom. The old Union flag. Cheese and rice. That thing was like a bomb.
Cheese and
Ooh, that
rice.
smells
Something
good.
like a bomb.
It does smell good.
Sure.
It smells like a... gummies is what I was gonna say.
Gummies?
But I was just mesmerized by the pour.
There we go.
Alright, let's see it. Is it good?
It's very staticky. You don't like it?
I don't know.
It's just like a berry. Water. I like it.
I don't like blueberry.
Blueberry? Where are you getting blueberries?
I like
swear
the
it's
UK
blueberry.
flag.
No.
Vimto isn't meant to be
Is it-
fizzy.
No.
It's fine as
That ain't-
juice.
Is that a blueberry?
Yeah, it looks like a blueberry.
I like it. I don't think I've ever had anything that tastes like this though.
I don't think so.
It's pretty good. Alright.
It's okay.
Yep. Well, you better
I
like
think
it because
I
that's what
think
we got,
they
so.
think because it's in a
Right,
can, it's
where
meant
we
to be
starting? Do
fizzy.
we want to go chocolatey, sweet, or salty?
I think we should go chocolatey and get it out of the way.
Chocolatey? Alright. First off, we got some Cadbury Dairy Milk Frado, Frog, Caramel. I don't know. I'm pretty sure Cadbury, like the real British Cadbury, is illegal to have in America. Like, I'm
What?
pretty sure it was banned, and then, like, I think Hershey's can make it, because we got Cadbury here in America, but I'm pretty sure it's manufactured by Hershey's, and it's not, like, the real Cadbury. So, like, this is real Cadbury. I don't know, I could be wrong. Y'all let us know down in the comments, but I'm pretty sure, like, actual Cadbury, it's low-key, like, illegal to import.
It's actually banned.
We don't have that.
Yeah. See what Fredo's talking about. Oh, individually.
Ah,
It actually got banned.
how small these are. Well, yours is open.
Dang.
Yours is
Freddos
open.
are good.
I
They
meant,
used to
like,
cost
the bar.
25p for one, but now
See,
they're
the bar is open
45p
pretty
for
much. All
one.
the caramel is
Inflation.
supposed to be
I
on
know.
the outside
And they
or
got
the
smaller.
Supposed to be on the inside.
Well, mine's all on the outside. They did it backwards. A little froggy.
Got a little frog on it.
I'm really
I
excited.
mean, this
Oh,
is
I
just
just
chocolate and
opened
caramel.
I love caramel and chocolate.
Pretty standard,
so
honestly.
cheers to Fredo or Fredo.
It's Freddo.
That's
Yeah,
different.
That's good. There's something about that UK chocolate. Like, it's, I don't know why, but it's like always.
much better.
It's so much better. And like, you can't tell until you have the UK chocolate.
How much better? it is.
Yeah, how much better it is. Yeah, this is good. This is. Dang!
This is guy. This is guy.
Good thing. Why don't we start with the messiest one?
You picked it.
I know, I'm excited.
I have caramel all over my face.
Yeah, it's all over the place. We're sticky now.
Yeah.
That's what she said.
9 out of 10.
It was worth it.
At Loki, 9.5. You can't go wrong with chocolate and caramel. Like,
No, I think I'm gonna give it a 9.
no.
Maybe an 8.5.
Fredo knows what he's doing. It's stuck to the roof of my
I
mouth.
know. I was struggling a little.
Just drink some milk.
Why do you put so much emphasis on the K?
Because my tongue's stuck.
Milk. You need some milk.
Drink some milk.
I can barely open my mouth. Alright, 12 minutes later.
Wash it down with some Vimto.
Next up,
Yum.
what we doing? We just went sweet. I feel like we gotta go salty now.
Okay.
And also, we got the ones you've been wanting to try. Some good old
barbecue.
some Walker's Quavers barbecue sauce.
Yeah, these would be nice.
Never even
Love
do
barbecue sauce.
like just not barbecue. Like we got barbecue flavored chips,
Right.
but it's barbecue sauce.
I know, that's why I'm
You're like
excited.
an expert in barbecue sauce, so
I love barbecue sauce.
these are new, light and curly. There we go.
Like how you are with hot sauce is how I am with barbecue sauce.
Sure.
Oh yeah.
These are gonna be good. These are gonna be good.
It smells like oh my gosh, what's the brand? Ray's, I think.
Oh yeah.
Ray's barbecue sauce. That's what it smells like.
That really does smell like really barbecue. Here we go.
Nine and a half.
Not already? You ain't even got the first one down yet. You're already going 9.5?
That is such a good title, Lucas. I didn't think of
Virgo.
doing that. Long
Yeah.
BBC arrival into a
I'm
tight
going 9 'cause
Manchester.
I'm not the biggest.
I actually might change it to that. Because it is tight. I mean, you're not wrong. It's busy. It's busy. It is busy.
Barbecue sauce guy, but those.
And
I
it's
could-
tight. There's
I
not
could
much
count that
room to
whole bag.
maneuver, is
There
there?
you go.
9.5.
Yeah, those are pretty good. I
Oh,
wish
that
Lay's
is
would just make
that is
like these
a
over
very
here.
good title.
Yeah.
But I know, like it's. I guess they have to make it just like a only UK type thing. But I wish they'd bring these over here because
Mine too.
yeah,
Those are good.
I still got caramel on my thumb. That stuff's everywhere. I'm gonna be finding caramel on myself for the next 3 days.
Hopefully you shower.
Yeah, I'm gonna change this to that.
We might never know.
I really want to try these.
Those,
Yeah.
open them up. These are Maynard's Bassett's Jelly Babies.
I'm sorry. What are these names? Brilliant Bubbles, Boofles, Baby
Boofles?
Bonnie,
Boofles.
Big Heart, and Bumper.
I wish somebody would look at me.
Thanks
and go,
for the
"What's up,
title."
Boofles?"
Oh, is it Bufools?
We're a couple of fools.
Yeah, we are.
Yeah.
Beautiful me.
Yeah.
Which one do you want? Oh, did you sniff it?
Do you smell those?
No.
Them
Yeah.
things are strong.
Whoa.
What?
What?
I was not expecting this. They got like a white powder all over them.
Ooh.
This is different. Either this is different or somebody's trying to poison us.
Jelly
Yeah,
babies.
we'll find out.
Either way, cheers. I'm going red, you're going orange.
I think so. I don't know what color this is. I can't tell.
Why doesn't he eat the whole thing?
What is this?
I don't like this.
Oh my.
Well, they're open now. Why is it like that?
I don't know, but I hate it.
Yeah, I don't like that. Yeah, I mean, they're still in date. Like, that's the... I thought they were going to be out of date. Yeah, there's stuff on the inside. But why is it... It almost breaks apart. Like, it's not gummy
It's
enough.
almost like chalk.
Yeah, it's not gummy enough. I don't like that. That's like the first thing I don't think... I like, really don't like.
I don't like it.
I don't like how it just breaks apart. It needs to be more gummy.
Yeah. Like the center needs to be like that all the way around.
Well, I mean the outside. Like, the outside is just like...
No, that's what I meant. Like the center needs to be. It needs to be like that all the way around.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, I'm gonna go 3. Because the flavor's good.
Nah, give it a 2.
2. The flavor is good. Like, it smells good. It's just it's a texture
Harsh.
thing, I guess.
Yeah, they smell
Harsh,
really
I reckon.
good. But it is a texture thing. Like
Yeah.
I don't.
Like, I didn't think.
If I'm gonna eat something gummy,
I want it to be really. I want it to be like
I want
really
it to
gummy.
be chewy.
Yeah.
I don't want it to fall apart in my mouth. Is
Yeah,
it
that's
just the
just-
flavors that we tried, or is it?
No, it's everything. It's just different. Low key, I'm gonna change my score to a 4
Really? Why'd you go up?
because it tastes really good. I just can't do the texture. It tastes really good. Texture just not it.
Maybe
Dang.
it's just the one that I tried, but
I was excited for the Jelly Baby too.
how much 2?
What'd you go to?
2.
I'm gonna go 4.
6, 8. Who do we appreciate?
Yo, mama.
Oh.
What?
Terry.
Oh, turd.
What
Good
was
old
that?
Kinder. Now,
I think these are the ones that's illegal here.
no, the Kinder Egg is illegal here because it has like things on the inside. I'm pretty sure, and kids were like just eating the whole thing and choking on them.
That's why we can't have nice things.
Yeah, but I'm pretty sure Cadbury. Like we got Cadbury, it's just not the real Cadbury.
Ooh, they're so cute.
What are these Kinder? Just Kinder Chocolates? Wait a minute. Free not tuned sticker. 1 of 8 inside. Wait on, we gotta find this. It better be a llama too.
I see it.
Where? Oh. Are they stuck together? It's an alpaca.
Alpacas!
Is that the sticker?
Yeah. I don't think it's a sticker.
No, that ain't the sticker. Alpacas hum. They make a sound like mmm. However, they also shriek when danger is present and make a similar sound to a wark noise when excited. I did not know that about alpaca.
What is a
To hear
wark?
an alpaca shriek.
Yeah, me too. We got screaming
We
alpacas out
should
here.
go find an alpaca farm.
Where's the sticker? Is this not the sticker?
No. We don't have a sticker.
I wonder, is it inside one of these?
No,
It better be. 'Cause
surely
I
not.
low-key want an alpaca sticker.
Looks like a whole lot of nothing to me.
But just some good old...
Very melted.
Get it
that's why they're all
whole,
stuck
because you was
together.
looking in a
Oh,
hole.
they melted?
Yes.
Kinder's chocolate.
Uh-oh.
Oh, rip, they are.
Yeah, they're very melted.
Oh, it's got stuff on the inside. I did not expect that. I thought it was just going to be like straight chocolate. All right,
Why
we're
don't they
going
put it in the
Kinder's
fridge
chocolate.
before they do it?
That's good.
I don't like it.
You don't like it? What do you don't like about it?
I don't know.
You just get past the melted part. I mean, it's melted, but
No, it's not. It's not like the melted part.
how do you not like this?
I just don't really like them.
That's pretty good. I like it.
I mean, it's good. I wouldn't pick it. Like if I
It's
was
different.
if I was in the store and you told me that I had to choose between that one and getting the little frog,
Oh, well, yeah, I'm picking Fredo all
I
day.
pick the frog.
Yeah, I'm picking Fredo all day.
But it's because I just wouldn't pick that.
I mean-
I'd still give it a 6, but I wouldn't pick it.
Yeah. What's the white? Is that just white chocolate on the
Creamy,
inside?
milky filling is what it
Creamy,
says.
milky
Mad.
filling. I like it.
Mad.
What are you gonna name your alpaca right here?
Huh?
What are you gonna name him?
Alpaca? Alpaca. Al.
Alan?
No, Al. Not Alan. Al the alpaca.
What
There
a
he is.
First name Al.
bit of
last name
creativity that is.
Pack a punch?
Alpaca. Mr. Packer.
Mr. Paco.
Yep.
Okay.
Alright, next up. I want these. Burton's Fish and Chips. Lashings of salt and vinegar.
Ooh.
What is a lashing?
I don't know, but we're about to find out.
Here we go.
I love me some salt and vinegar. Look at those.
I don't
Salt
like
and
salt and
vinegar.
vinegar.
So they're fish and chips because I don't know why I'm explaining this to y'all because y'all probably already know this, but they're like in the shape of a fish and then in the shape of a chip, a French fry. Which one are you gonna try? I feel like we gotta try them both at the same time. I guess it don't really matter.
Well, I
because
don't
they're
like salt and vinegar, but
There we go.
So it's meant to taste like fish and chips.
Hey, those are good. There's not that much of a salt vinegar taste.
that's why I like them.
Yeah.
I don't like salt and vinegar chips, but I think it's just
No.
because there's too much.
And also it's like, since they're baked, like they're
I like these a lot.
they're crackers, not
Uh-huh.
chips. Yeah. Yeah, these are good. These are really good. Dang.
It's like a 9.8.
9.8?
Wow.
I go 9. Those are really good.
That's the highest rating she's given, is it?
I
I need some more of those.
We'll put them on your side.
Burton's got it figured out. Those are good.
I like that it's baked.
Yeah.
That's really good. It kind of reminds me of a Cheez-It.
Everything is
Sure.
baked.
Sure.
Not exact,
No.
but it reminds me of a Cheez-It.
They're bigger. Huh. Those are pretty good.
Those are good.
Alright, down to the final two. I feel like we need to finish on those.
Yeah, that's what I was
Because
gonna
those
say.
are like the weirdest thing I've
Uh-huh.
ever seen. So, next up, some more Cadbury. Cadbury Time-Out Wafers. Put your ass in time out for eating these.
Ooh, those are good. Those are good. I've had them before. These are actually good.
Exactly.
These are good.
Boom. I'm excited.
I like the
these are
wafer
long.
Yeah, they're
chocolate.
big. Multi-pack bar, not for resale.
If they do not like these, then that is
soy.
sad.
Alright, here we go. Cadbury Time-Out Wafers.
I felt like we were sword fighting. I like these a lot better than the frogs even.
They're pretty good.
That's a 9.
No, it ain't no 9, but these are pretty good.
You
What?
don't think it's a 9?
Nah.
I do.
I don't like wafers that much, but this is...
They're good.
I've almost finished the whole bar. I didn't feel that. That's good. Dang. Maybe
Yeah, it's at least a 9. It's at least an
really good.
8.5.
Yeah, those are really good.
I like
It's at
them
least an
because they're
8.5
light.
for me.
I think the other chocolate that we've tried so far,
It's all
the chocolate's really good. Don't get
Yeah.
me wrong, but it's just that one's a lot lighter.
because of the wafer.
Yes.
It's not like just straight
In
chocolate.
your face. Yeah. Good though.
Yeah. All right. Last but not least, I've been waiting to try these. Tesco fizzy cola flavored Lances.
What's a Tesco?
Ooh.
Is that the same as a Costco?
Oh no. No, it's not. It's not, lady.
Last but not least, I've been waiting to try these. Tesco
What's a
fizzy
Tesco? Is it the
cola
same as a Casco?
flavored Lances.
What's a Tesco? Is that the same as a Costco?
I don't. I'm pretty sure it's like a convenience store. So
Oh.
I don't know. Totally tangy. Is this like licorice, cola flavored licorice or something? I don't know.
I'm so excited.
Yeah.
I think my prediction
Does it have
is they're gonna
sourness
taste
on
like
it?
sour straws.
It's cola.
Coke.
Just Coke flavored.
Yes.
They smell like Coke.
Ooh.
Yeah, he would know what
Dang.
Coke
They
smells
even
like.
smell like carbonated Coke.
Yeah.
That's weird.
Oh.
It look like a messed up churro.
See, I don't really like the sour stuff that's
Alright.
on it. Yeah, I don't like the
Straight sugar to the
sourness
dome. I don't know
stuff.
why we're eating this at 9 o'clock at night, but.
They're sour.
It is sour.
Yeah, they're sour.
It is sour.
I was right.
This is gas.
Woo.
This is so good. What the heck?
It just like sucker punched me.
It
in
does.
the
It
jaw.
hit you right in the jaw.
Yeah.
You're gonna cramp in my jaw.
These are freaking good.
Like my mouth is watering.
Like, I didn't expect it to be sour.
I'm like falling apart over here.
Why are you drooling?
I don't know. I'm
Pretty
just gonna
sour
look
sauce.
over. I'm just gonna have water pouring.
Turned on the faucet.
Oh Lord.
What?
These are really good.
Did you just say waterboarding?
I'm salivating.
Made your mouth
I
water.
was not expecting the sour to be that way.
Yeah, I know. But the cola, that cola tastes, I did not expect it to taste good. Like,
It's
but the
really
cola, it's really good. 9. I'm gonna go 9.
I'm gonna go 8.5.
8.5. Wow.
Only because the sour punch literally
Punched you right in the head.
It literally did.
I don't know. This is, go ahead.
I suck a sour.
That's good though. Wow. But alright, guys. That is going to do it for today's taste testing video. Everything was pretty good, honestly.
My cheeks.
It's
the sour. It hit in my jaw and it just punched me.
Overall,
Uh-huh.
everything was pretty good. The jelly babies,
Wow, that was pretty good.
Trash.
not so much. That was like the,
Have I
the
seen
worst
these
one that we
people?
think so.
What is
I-
it?
Everything else was really solid.
Oh yeah, I've
Like
seen
7
them.
and up. So.
Yeah. I would say that my favorite thing that we tried was probably as much as I've complained about it.
The cola.
Yeah.
Yeah, those were
are my
really
favorite.
good. I still like. I'm a sucker for chocolate and caramel.
Yeah,
so
you are.
the Frito, those are pretty good. But second, definitely the cola flavored Lances.
Hang
My
on.
second is the
Yeah, I've seen these guys before. Well, I don't watch them, but like I've seen them before, like on Instagram.
This is fear.
The woman in the middle's kind of banging, but no, I don't watch them. I don't watch them, but I've seen them before. I've seen like those joke videos that they do.
barbecue sauce chips.
Those were pretty good too.
Yeah.
The drink, not too bad.
It's not bad.
You finished your whole cup, so I want to see us do more taste testing videos. Let us know by hitting that
I've got
like button. We
ATC
got
soon.
Plenty of more. I literally
Oh, yeah, I
am
see
looking
it.
at 3 boxes full of British snacks that we can taste test. So if y'all want to see more videos just like this one, let us know by hitting that like button. If you're new to the channel, hit that subscribe button. Thank you guys so much for watching. Make sure y'all got today. Spread love, spread kindness, do something nice on my day. I love you guys so much. I really do. It's JT,
Yeah.
and we out.
I forgot my name.
Peace.
Peace.
I was
Munchkin
focused on-
Radar. Yeah, I might call them that actually. Munchkin Radar, hello to you. This is Bangladesh 207. That would be funny. A chip butty. Oh god. Oh god. What is this intro? What is this intro?
Hello,
Shotty. Where's the number plate?
Uber for JT.
Yeah, that's me. So, hold on, don't sit down yet. You're almost done on the book.
It's a book.
It's about faucets.
You think my fat ass is gonna hurt the book?
Hold on, I still have my name tag on.
There's a lot going on right
Oh,
now.
we're gonna get copyrighted.
This is the perfect song for what I just filmed. Buckle up, kids.
I'm already
All right, here we go.
out here. What are we doing?
Oh yeah, I didn't tell you.
No.
What is up, guys? Welcome back to another video. Today we're doing another taste testing video.
Oh.
Okay, but this time it involves.
Ow, my foot's starting to hurt again.
Oh.
Kinda. I mean, we literally just gotta put it in the air fryer and
Oh,
put
okay.
some butter on it. That's it.
Okay.
Yeah. But today we're making chip buddies.
I'm sorry, what?
A chip buddy.
Oh, okay.
You know what that is?
A
No.
chip
All right.
buddy.
I thought you said a chick buddy.
So chip buddy is basically just French fries in between two slices of bread. It's like a French fry sandwich. Yeah. When you look it
It's
up, it's like
good,
it's
it's
literally like
good.
you take two pieces of bread, butter them, put some French fries in the middle, and then like you have your choice of condiments. So like you could put like ketchup or whatever on
I
it.
would put barbecue sauce on
Yeah,
that.
barbecue. I'm probably gonna do the chipotle sauce or hot sauce.
I can do honey mustard or either.
Yeah, true. Let's go to the
Chipotle
store.
sauce.
Okay.
Yeah, because that's where poor people grocery shop.
Well, and I have to go to the bank.
So they can tell us how poor we are.
No, so I can get money for my mother.
Oh, so you got it like that. All right.
Oh my god, it's so cute.
Cows.
Yes.
All right, made it to Save a Lot. This has got to be the biggest scam ever, by the way. Save a Lot.
You don't save
You
a
don't
lot.
save nothing. You spend so much money in here. But we got the little camera out. We're going incognito just to buy French fries. So see you in there.
Butter.
Did we get squeezed butter?
No, what?
Yeah.
Sure.
I love that brand. Not the bananas.
Easy.
Don't even.
Never seen that before. Squeezed butter. There's probably a reason why
fruit
they don't have it here. It's not the squeezed butter. No, 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 no,
Frozen
no,
fingers.
no.
I got to buy the whole thing. Seasoned crispy fries. They're seasoned with pepper. So.
This is gonna. Oh my gosh. Get out of the way.
Got the goods.
My toes hurt.
Probably because you got them dang shoes on. Click your heels, see where we go. But that is how you go to the store and buy stuff to make a video and make Anna pay for it. I forgot my wallet.
Look how
excited.
clean my rear view. Nope.
Backup camera?
Yeah.
There you go.
Uh huh.
You'll figure it out.
I need a nap. I'm wore out.
All right, you got a couple thousand people watching you drive, so
Okay, great. Thanks.
take it slow, old leadfoot. She thinks just because this car has a sports mode that she has to go fast.
Uh-huh.
It ain't even in sport. Exactly.
Ow!
Why do you keep hurting yourself?
I don't know. Well, no wonder he didn't have on to turn the signal. He was going straight.
Let's see what I deal with.
That is not the correct side for the
You know we're getting
driver.
old when we get excited that Save a Lot got new freezers.
They look like Walmart now.
They do. It's fancy.
Looks good. Good job, Save a Lot.
All that money you're not saving is really paying off. Alright, going through the bank. You got, where's your debit card? Let me give them the information.
No.
Oh, I know it. The number is 6.
Don't record me.
Short people problem.
I parked too far away.
What the fuck? Do they have
Yeah.
drive-through
Don't open the door
ATMs?
trick
And it still doesn't work.
and hang halfway out the car.
Don't look at me. My shirt's probably rolled up.
Don't look at her booty. For everybody that's ever wanted just a day in the life vlog, this is what we do. We're on. We got the goods.
They have drive-through
Mac.
ATMs. That's
Jesus.
crazy.
This is not for you. Don't even know. I don't even know. You want a chip, buddy? What about you, Charlie? You want a chip, buddy?
Hi.
Maggie instantly stuck her head in the bag. Yeah. But we made it. Welcome to the kitchen. This lighting is atrocious. I'm sorry. It's always so bad in here. But, chip, buddy. I don't know why we're going to start playing patty cake. But yeah, as
Yeah,
y'all
that
see,
was awkward.
we got some Countryside Station. Seasoned crispy fries, crispy french fry taters, seasoned with cracked pepper.
Butter.
Butter. Or do you want to do it?
The squeezy butter is
I don't know what I'm
diabolical.
doing.
No, you're a little easier on the eyes, I guess. We're going to use...
What are you doing?
Stop standing.
Come here. Ah! What is happening?
This is not for you, I'm sorry. So we're going to throw them...
Bag?
Yeah, let's do the whole bag. Might as well. We're using the old air fryer. Smell good?
Yeah.
I don't know why we smell everything.
We do, don't we?
Toss them on in there.
Air fryer's the best invention ever. It's so good.
I want dang fries. Are you sure you want
Yeah,
to do the whole
keep going.
thing?
Do like half the bag, I guess.
Well,
Charlie?
more than half.
Charlie, I'll make you a knuckle sandwich. Yeah, that's good.
Okay.
Throw them in there.
Charlie?
Now, power button. Air fry. Preheat off. Yep. Boom! Look at you. Oh, Gordon Anna.
I can jump on my toe and now my toe hurts.
So yeah, that's literally like the hardest part. Next part, some bread. Low calorie bread.
Were you supposed to toast it?
No.
Oh.
It's just bread, put butter on the bread,
Okay.
then french fries. And then condiment of your choice, if you want to put a condiment. Basically, what I seen on the internet when I looked it up, it was like, people make these, or you get them at like a fish and chip place. So I think usually you eat it with like a side of
Something.
fish.
Ah.
Yeah.
Oh, well that would make sense then, wouldn't
Yeah,
it?
yeah.
There's a stink bug on our wall.
Stink bug.
We are approaching
Sniff it,
ATC
Sniff it.
zone.
Does it stink?
I'd rather not.
These things, this is their house.
We just pay the rent.
Yeah, there's like literally like 6,000 of those scattered about.
Fries are in the
What?
freezer.
No, that's disgusting.
Paw. Give me paw. Paw. Stop licking my hand.
Sit,
Paw.
sit down.
Paw.
You're still standing.
Charlie. Sit. 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 No, sit. Sit. Paw. Good job.
I just came back and told Jill that he missed it. I was scratching.
Oh.
Guess I should go check for spiders in my boots.
Alright. I guess I'm gonna butter some bread. We'll have the old cutting board because we're not gonna be cutting anything. I know it makes
God.
sense to use a butter knife to do this because you're literally putting butter on bread. But from my years and expertise of making peanut butter sandwiches, I know that using a spoon spreads everything a lot more evenly across the bread. So
Yeah, he's right.
boom.
The bread, using a spoon is good for bread. Or good for spreading. God, that's squeezy butter. How is that even?
There may be a tab you have to
That's
pull
just
off.
laziness.
Yep. Look at you, the old butter expert.
I love butter on bread. I used to eat it all the time whenever I was a kid.
Ew.
Do you like butter on your shirt?
Oh dear.
God dang it. I don't know how much you're supposed to put on there. I'm just gonna
Oh,
butter
that
it.
sound. No.
That's a lot.
Oh, that was terrible.
Why are you so up close and personal?
Because I feel like you need to be.
Here,
Oh,
do it
that
like
was
this.
bad. Why is it so liquidized? Why is it so liquidized?
This reminds me of a scene in a movie and I can't remember what it is.
What?
Yeah,
What
a porn
movie are you
movie.
watching? No, I just thought of.
Why is it so
Probably should wash my hands
liquidized?
before I did it.
Ew!
It'll be alright.
I used to be a cook in a kitchen too. I'm telling.
Back then, I washed my hands. Actually, a lot. Like,
That is not butter at all.
A
No,
lot.
I need
it's
you to
not.
look at my dog right now.
Charlie, why are you hugging her leg?
She's literally
What
hugging
is
me.
happening?
That dog is not real.
Charlie.
She is seriously hugging my leg. You just want the bread.
I know, you
and
back
you're
your-
very close.
Back your snoot up. Here,
Ah.
lick it off my shirt. My shirt.
Make it
Make
look.
it look.
Make
Look,
it
look,
Make
look.
it look.
See, no, no.
Nope.
It's useless. I'm glad I chose this to make. This is easy. Now we just gotta wait like 10 more minutes till the fries are done. What are you putting on yours?
I don't know yet. I think I have.
Condiments.
I either have. Oh gosh.
It's right here. Here's the honey barbecue.
Nah, that's not good.
You're gonna put
Barbecue
on it?
sauce.
Yeah, it's seasoned fries.
Sure. Oh,
I have these two to choose from.
honey mustard and barbecue.
Yep.
America.
Probably honey mustard because I have more of it.
So I got Taco Bell chipotle sauce. My secret addiction. This shit.
Chili hot sauce.
Yeah, no, I might put that on there. That was my
Chili
second
garlic.
choice.
Just
Yeah,
put
chili
tomato
garlic,
sauce on it.
Cholula.
So that's good.
This stuff's fire.
Oh shit. Please contact 1325555. All right, bit of a pause here on the vid. Just give me a second. What the fuck? 132.555. All I ever wanted was. Give me a second.
Guten Tag, Swiss 504 Whiskey, flight level 320 in Mount Brown.
Swiss 502 Whiskey, hello, identified. Proceed direct to Rabbit.
Direct Rabbit, Swiss 504.
To Jet 5 Kilo Delta, descent level 130. 130 to Jet 5 Kilo.
München Radar, hello, Condor 5 Charlie Kilo flight level 360.
Condor 5 Charlie Kilo, hello, identify. Proceed direct to ASPAT.
Direct ASPAT, Condor 5 Kilo.
Munchkin Radar, hello, Bangladesh 207.
Bangladesh 207, hello, Swatch 3636.
3636 for the score, Bangladesh 207.
Level Scandi 5 at hotel, passing level 9.
3636.
5 8 hotel, hello, identified. Proceed to M-Box. Proceed to M-Box, yeah? And climb level 300.
Direct M-Box and climbing level 300, Scandi 5 at hotel.
Tanzania Nigeria Lima, monitor advisory, servus.
So Nigeria Lima advisory, danke fürs Ciao.
Top star 78 Mike, expect Dolup level 270, report ready for descent.
Dulup level 270, call you for descent, top sky 78 Mike.
Are we alive?
With 504 Whiskey, expect Rabbit level 200, report ready for descent.
Expecting flight level 200.
I'm not squawking. Okay, there we go. Now, apparently I wasn't squawking mode Charlie for some reason. Now I am. Now it should work. I think we might be getting a direct to somewhere, possibly. We'll see what happens here in a sec. No. Way, yeah. Way, yeah, way. Hello. Hello. Yeah. Okay.
5 Charlie Kilo, expect Asphalt level 240, advice ready.
No, what? Yeah, I'm doing this.
You gonna do that one? I'm gonna do the honey mustard.
She's doing honey mustard. I'm doing chili garlic. Y'all wanna go outside or something? Come on.
Go ahead.
See you later.
Bye.
They're outside dogs now. Yep, forever. Easy. Too many chefs in the kitchen?
You know what else I got?
Fritos.
Chips and dip.
Chips and dip.
Crisp and dip. These are chips that we're eating.
Tennis.
Oh.
I go to the
They
toilet.
were barely connected and you went in the chip bag. You'll be alright. You don't eat the outside anyways.
I'm gonna show them the other thing that you picked up.
Oh yeah, we didn't try this.
Are we trying them right now?
Might as well. Little, what's it called? Appetizer?
I was gonna use my chips and dip as an appetizer.
No. This was like very...
I'm just gonna go to the toilet. Hang on a minute. Just give me a second here. And Bangladesh 207 out of cockpit, 3 minutes.
Confirm 3 minutes?
Correct.
Yeah, go ahead.
Thank you. All right. Back in... it won't be 3 minutes. I'll be back in like a minute.
Random.
Yeah. Frutro assorted flavored fruit jelly. I don't even know if I like jelly, but they look good.
It's basically like Jello.
Yeah. Which one do you want?
What flavors do we have to choose from?
Strawberry, grape,
Strawberry.
and mango. Ooh, I'm gonna do mango.
I would like strawberry, please.
There you go.
Thank you.
Oh, they're little stars.
I was about to say they're little stars.
What the heck? Oh, that looks grimy.
Ew.
Oh, it's juicy. Oh my god. It fell in the sink.
You 100% got that on camera too.
God dang it. Oh. You gotta bite it or something. We might need a spoon. I did not expect it to come out like that. It went straight to the sink. Is it good? What's on the inside? What is it? Is it nasty?
Not even a minute.
What is on the what's in the middle?
Tastes minty.
Ooh, that tastes good on the outside.
Hang on, let me just reset this camera view. There we go.
What is what is in the middle? I don't know, but there's just little chunks in the middle of it.
What are they eating? What are they eating now?
I know
Oh, the
why you don't like it.
fruities.
What?
It's coconut
Report to
chunks.
Munchkin that I'm back.
Why would they put coconut
You
chunks?
And
didn't even
Bangladesh
read it. You just
207 back
picked
in
it up and put it
cockpit.
in the card.
Contains coconut. Yeah. Fruit flavored jelly with coconut chunks. That just ruins the whole thing.
Okay.
What the heck? French fries are done.
French fries.
French fries. I guess. Damn, them look good. Cheese and rice.
Probably hot.
Probably wait for them to cool down for a minute. Let me show you a picture of what this is supposed to look like.
Yeah, I don't even know what it's supposed to
It's
be.
literally just French fries on bread. A chip buddy is a sandwich filled with chips, optionally eaten with condiments such as brown sauce, whatever that is,
Gravy?
ketchup, mayonnaise, or malt vinegar.
Oh, I wish I had mayonnaise.
Oh, I thought you were talking about malt vinegar. I don't know why, but I feel like malt vinegar on this would be good.
I don't even know what that is.
It's just like vinegar.
Oh.
It's like the stuff you put on your sandwich at Subway. The chip buddy can be found in fish and chip shops and other casual dining establishments in the British Isles. So yeah, I guess this person literally has a chip buddy with chips on the side.
That's
Solid.
Not a meal. I don't know what it is.
All right. I did watch my hands.
Solid.
Chip buddy.
Why is he
assembly
putting it
time.
on so meticulously?
Oh, rip.
Just shove them on
These
there.
fries are like perfect for this.
I know. Who would have thought?
Yeah. Who would have thunk it? Do we go diagonal too?
I reckon. Do you want to put your condiment first?
He's putting them on so
No, you put it on top.
meticulously.
Oh, okay.
No, dude. One chip buddy. I'm very excited for this. I don't know why. When I was a kid, whenever we get like McDonald's, I'd get a burger and some fries, and I would put all of the fries on the burger.
It's
and then
so
smash it. It's so good. It's basically this, just minus the meat.
Oh, we should have made burgers.
We got burgers in there. Always add them on top. What do you want? Honey mustard?
Yeah.
Oh.
Well, that was not aesthetically pleasing at all.
Hell, I look like. Doesn't this?
Yeah. I wish you would have just let me do it.
I don't use honey mustard. And then Cholula chili garlic hot sauce. Beautiful. Beautiful. That actually looks really good.
They do look really good.
And then top her off. Boom.
Oh, I feel like one of them
Made a grilled
now.
cheese like this.
That's what I was thinking too. Put cheese on it and then grill. Oh, we might do that.
Welcome
Might
back,
do that later
Marlon.
on.
Welcome back.
All right. You ready to try this thing?
Yeah. Do you want to put the?
The old chip buddies?
I almost feel like we should cut it.
Cut it? Nah, we're just going straight in.
I know, but I feel like we should cut it.
Oh, lost a french fry. Alright, first time trying chip buddies. These are really popular.
I don't know if it's just me or does that just look like American
really
bread?
good.
I mean, that
Chip buddy.
Yeah, I'm excited.
Cheers.
it just
buddy.
looks like bread that's
Trying to mess it
American.
all.
I will rub it all over yours.
Here we go. What?
It's so weird.
It is weird. Like, it just being french fries on bread, it's just weird.
Good though.
I know, like, I mean, I feel like it's hard to mess up. Like, how do you make this bad?
I think we should put a burger on it.
I really want one now.
Then it wouldn't be a chip buddy, it'd just be a burger.
Well,
I mean,
made my nose itch. No.
why?
I don't know. It's pretty good.
I get behind this. I will say, hot sauce. Yeah, it was the right decision.
Oh no, that's one for the dogs.
I'm a mess today. What's going on? Charlie just staring at us from across the room. Well, what do you think?
I'm gonna eat this whole thing.
Brandon, it is just a chip buddy. It's just chips on bread with butter and your sauce. So I feel like it's hard to get wrong. But for the first time having it, I gotta say, like 8 out of 10.
Yeah.
I mean, it's good. Like, I didn't expect it to be good, honestly. I was like, because it is just French fries on bread. Like, and I thought it was just gonna be like all mush. I'm glad we used the air fryer. It makes them a little bit crispier. So I'm going 8.
Yeah, me too. I'm
Yeah,
good for it.
8. I mean, it's pretty good. I do agree. I think it'd be better if you put cheese on it and then grilled that baby. Forget it. Let's go full on American deep fry the thing.
I mean, yeah, this is good.
Yeah. Oh, I know. It makes sense to get it at like a fish shop or something.
Well, because this takes the place of making a fish sandwich.
Mm-hmm. Well, you get it and then just put your fish on with it.
They should do a buddy burger.
Oh, a chip buddy burger? We can make that. We're trademarking it right here.
Wow, what a good video that was. Chip Butty. We ate spotted dick. Oh, God. Probably not the first time, eh? UK crisps. I like the crisps videos. Is it going to load?
What is up, guys? Welcome back to a brand new video, and today I'm going to be trying UK crisp for the first time. It's weird calling them crisps because I call them chips. Right,
let's skip the intro. Let's skip the shopping.
But then chips to y'all, something else to y'all, which y'all's chip.
Oh, we just eat them in the car. Well, this is not a video.
Maybe it's just the way that the UK does.
What are they, Pringles? I want to watch a Mentor pilot video.
A Boeing 737-8.
I want to watch this one.
We'll be able to hold about 5 minutes. That's all we can do.
This aircraft is battering rain and howling winds on its way into New York, which in itself is nothing special. But the pilots on board are flying with a huge knot in their stomachs, because the situation that they are now in is anything but normal. Stay tuned. The airspace around New York City is some of the busiest and most complex in the world. With 3 major international airports within just a few miles from each other and then 35 further smaller airports in the surrounding area, the system has been developed to keep air traffic flowing efficiently and safely into the region, making it essentially the 8th wonder of the world. In fact, this system works so extraordinarily well that hardly anything ever goes wrong, hardly ever. The crew and passengers of Avianca Flight 052 on a wintry day back in 1990 had no idea that they were about to become the exception to that rule. Avianca is the flag carrier of Colombia and the second oldest continuously operating airline in the world after the Dutch KLM. Back in the 1980s and early 1990s, Avianca operated a fleet consisting of 3 Boeing models, with the 747 handling long-haul flights, the 727 for short-haul, and for the mid-range routes they used the by then already antiquated Boeing 707. The 4-engine narrow-body 707 was the first really successful American jetliner when it entered service back in 1958, which I've actually covered over on my second channel, Mentor Now. But while the 707 was revolutionary when it came out, by 1990 it was considered a bit of a dinosaur. Avianca operated the 707-320 Charlie, which was the longest range version with a range of more than 6,000 nautical miles. And this made it ideal for Avianca's 4 times daily direct service from Colombia to New York's John F. Kennedy International Airport. Out of these flights, 3 went from Bogota and 1 from Medellin, and that one, the one from Medellin, had flight number 052. On the afternoon of the 25th of January 1990, 3 pilots and 6 cabin crew were therefore preparing their 707 for takeoff from Medellin, following a short 1-hour hop from Bogota. In command of the flight was a 51-year-old captain who had been flying for Avianca since 1962, during which time he had accrued a wide selection of type ratings and 16,787 hours of flying time, including about 1,500 on the 707. The first officer was 28 years old and had a total of 1,837 hours, of which just 64 were on the 707, so there was quite a seniority difference between the two. In fact, the captain had joined Avianca only 3 months after the first officer was born.
Wow.
And then last but not least, the 3rd flight crew member was a 45-year-old flight engineer who was actually the most experienced on the type, with 10,134 total hours, including 3,000 on the 707. Now, none of the flight crew members had any record of any training difficulties, but by modern standards the quality of the training itself back then would have been considered quite antiquated. In 1990, Avianca, for example, did not yet instruct its crews in the principles of CRM, Crew Resource Management, which is the set of strategies that we pilots use to ensure that we're making proper use of every crew member's knowledge, opinions and awareness. On top of that, there were also some issues with the English language proficiency among many of the pilots at Avianca. And apparently the captain of this flight didn't speak enough English to feel comfortable talking to American air traffic controllers, which is something that would soon end up playing a role
That's
here.
not good.
Anyway, back at the aircraft, since this was an en route stop, the pilots wouldn't have needed to review the technical log, since they had already done that when they started their duty back in Bogota. But they knew from that previous flight that this 22-year-old airplane had a number of potentially significant deferred technical issues. Most significantly, the autopilot was placarded as inoperative, which in itself isn't really a problem. We pilots are perfectly capable of hand-flying the aircraft if needed, but this did mean that the workload during the flight would be higher than normal, especially on a really long flight.
Did you say the autopilot wasn't working?
In addition to that, the previous flight crew had also reported that the flight directors weren't working properly when used in approach mode. The flight director is an overlay on the primary flight displays that instructs the pilots how to fly in order to achieve a specific desired flight path. For example, when performing a manual instrument approach, the flight director can be set to the approach mode in order to help the pilot follow the glide path and localize the signals from the instrument landing system. Now, with no autopilot and no flight director working in approach mode, an ILS approach would instead have to be flown using what we call raw data. And that means that the pilot has to maintain course and path only with reference to a pair of crude deviation indicators showing roughly the distance between the plane and the glide slope and localizer. Now, flying an ILS approach in raw data is something that we rarely do because it increases the workload a lot, and therefore also the difficulty. Anyway, back in Medellin, the cabin crew helped board the last few passengers, bringing the total number of passengers up to 149, plus the 9 crew members. And whilst the cabin crew were doing that, the flight crew received the dispatch paperwork and the flight plan from the Avianca dispatcher. This flight plan listed Boston as their alternate airport in case they couldn't land at JFK, and it also included a breakdown of the required fuel load for the trip. The requirement used by Avianca stated that the flight had to have enough fuel to taxi to the runway, take off, then fly to its destination, make a missed approach there, then fly to Boston, hold for 30 minutes at 1,500 feet, and then land. All this plus reserve fuel equal to 10% of the total flight time between Medellin and New York. This meant that for the 4-hour and 40-minute flight to New York, a minimum of 6 hours and 8 minutes of fuel was actually required, and that's about 73,930 pounds. And also, to add an extra safety margin, Avianca company policy was to add more fuel above the minimum until the aircraft reached its maximum takeoff weight for the intended takeoff runway.
Wow.
So with a planned takeoff from runway 36 at Medellin, the flight crew were able to uplift a total of 82,000 pounds of fuel, of which 1,500 would be burned during taxi, bringing the aircraft down to its maximum takeoff weight. So as far as the flight crew were concerned, they had taken on quite a lot more fuel than required, so they likely thought that they would be more than ready for any type of contingency that they might encounter. But having said that, they actually had no idea of the true severity of the situation that was now developing over at their destination. Now, before we dive deeper into this story, I want to take a moment to talk about something that I find a bit frustrating. You see, my work takes me all over the world, so whether it's for this channel, as a pilot or on vacation, travel is a big part of my life. Now, as some of you might know, I'm also a huge hockey fan, and streaming games is challenging on the go when my streaming services are geo-locked to my home. And I also have a feeling that some of you might be interested in watching the racing season that has just started.
The time is now.
So that's where today's sponsor, Know My Favorite Insider, helping watching, or 30-day money back. On that day, a large low-pressure system was positioned over the entire northeastern United States, generating low overcast, fog, precipitation, and high winds all the way up the eastern seaboard to Canada and inland all the way to Chicago and beyond. With conditions expected to get even worse later in the day, Federal Aviation Administration specialists at the Central Flow Control Facility in Washington, D.C. had begun discussing how to handle the situation early that morning, long before Avianca Flight 052 even departed from Medellin. The Central Flow Control Facility, or Flow Control for short, is the nerve center of America's air traffic network, determining how US airspace is used on a macro level. Flow Control's primary job is to ensure that demand matches capacity at major US airports in real time as conditions fluctuate. Now, during periods of bad weather, the number of airplanes that an airport can accept decreases, since low visibility might prevent some runways from being used, or high winds might force controllers to use increased spacing between all of the aircraft on approach. And this means that the number of flights en route towards that airport also has to decrease, or some of them won't be able to land, and that's where flow control steps in. When a major airport's capacity is reduced, Flow Control institutes what's known as a program in order to respond. And one way to do this is by ordering a ground hold for aircraft bound for the affected airport, delaying those aircraft from departing so that the capacity at their destination isn't exceeded. Now, for passengers, these delays can be very frustrating, but it's much better to hold aircraft on the ground than to cause en route delays or even diversions. On the day of this story, Flow Control was aware from an early stage that restrictive programs would probably have to be put in place for the entire New York area, because conditions later in the day were expected to fall below landing minimums at the region's major airports, including JFK. But to understand how this affected the story of Flight 052, we also need to explain how the air traffic control system in the New York area is structured. At the upper levels, the entire United States is subdivided into 22 different sectors, each governed by an Air Route Traffic Control Center, or ARTCC. The New York ARTCC controls traffic over New York City and Long Island, as well as parts of several neighboring states, and it's bordered by the Boston ARTCC to the north and the Washington ARTCC to the south. If an aircraft is headed towards an airport within the New York ARTCC, then midway through its descent, it will be handed over to an intermediate control facility known as the TRACON. The TRACON's job is to take aircraft descending out of the upper level airspace and then funnel them into a spider web of designated approach corridors to each of the 38 New York area airports, which at that time included Newark, JFK and LaGuardia. Now, the TRACON also handles aircraft departing.
I actually got scared there for a second, Trey.
Departure corridors.
You're an
that keeps them
arsehole.
away from the approach corridors. Once an aircraft is established on an approach into an airport, the TRACON will then hand over the control to the third and final stage, which is the air traffic control tower. And for aircraft inbound to JFK, Kennedy Tower will take over from the TRACON only for the last few minutes of each flight.
Basically, doing good, that is good. Good.
Anyway, for flow control purposes, the tower supervisors at each major New York airport typically report their estimated capacity to the TRACON flow control specialist, who then coordinates the acceptance rates with the central flow control facility. So, for example, if flow control is aware that 40 aircraft bound for JFK are scheduled to arrive during a particular hour, and the tower expects that their acceptance rate during that period would be only 35 aircraft per hour, well then, flow control can match demand to capacity by telling, let's say, Chicago to delay takeoff for 5 JFK-bound flights by 1 hour. But US flow control only has the authority to issue ground holds for aircraft departing from the United States, not from aircraft arriving from overseas, which is worth remembering. Now, on the morning when this story took place, the TRACON specialist reported to Flow Control that the forecasted weather conditions would likely result in an acceptance rate at JFK as low as 28 planes per hour.
It's not many.
Flow Control wanted an acceptance rate of 32 planes per hour because more than 50 New York-bound flights from Europe had already taken off and would arrive to JFK during the afternoon, and those aircraft would need to land no matter what. What this meant was that if the acceptance rate was too low, well then most domestic flights would have to be held on the ground for long periods while the backlog of international flight was cleared out, and Flow Control wanted to avoid that if possible. Despite the TRACON specialist's warnings, the central flow control specialist in charge of the New York program therefore decided that the program would assume an acceptance rate at JFK of 33 aircraft per hour. The specialist explained that at a rate of 33 per hour, the average ground delay for JFK-bound domestic flights would be 2 hours and 13 minutes. And that would increase to 3 hours and 10 minutes if the acceptance rate was reduced to 30. 28 was completely off the table. Now, when the TRACON specialist protested this, Flow Control replied, well, you're not going to get that, but I really can't put 3-hour ground delays out. So essentially, What flow control did here was to knowingly release more JFK-bound aircraft than the airport was expected to be able to handle. This with the understanding that some of those flights would have to enter lengthy airborne holds or even divert to alternate airports. Now, this was probably done because 3-hour ground holds would force airlines to start cancelling flights, causing a travel chaos to spread throughout the country. And as we will soon see, this decision would soon have unforeseen consequences. As the day progressed, the weather in New York then got progressively worse, and the controllers therefore, as expected, struggled to achieve the planned acceptance rate of 33 aircraft per hour. By the time Avianca Flight 052 departed Medellin at 15:08, the TRACON specialist had already warned flow control numerous times that the program wasn't working and that airplanes were now entering airborne holds waiting for their turn to land. And then, at 1600, the weather in New York rapidly deteriorated even further. Up until that point, aircraft had been landing on JFK's parallel runways 22 right and 22 left, but now the visibility had fallen below the minimums for 22 right, bringing the airport down to only one usable runway. Now, this sudden deterioration had been predicted by the forecast, but the timing of this turned out to be completely wrong, with the bad weather arriving 4 hours early. So it now became imperative for the Central Flow Control Facility to reduce the planned acceptance rate and issue a widespread ground stop for New York-bound travel. But that unfortunately didn't happen. So as aircraft continued to depart for New York, the airborne traffic jam now worsened, and by 16:30 there were 39 aircraft waiting to land at JFK, while the actual number of landings per hour had fallen down to below 30. By 1800, the New York ARTCC was so full that many aircraft were holding in the neighboring Washington ARTCC as well, and some flights were also forced to divert to alternate airports. And as this was happening, Avianca Flight 052 had taken off and was now heading north straight towards this escalating traffic nightmare, with the pilots on board likely having no idea about it. You see, normally, when bad weather and delays are expected, we pilots are in constant contact with our company or other resources to get the latest information about the air traffic situation, weather, and also to plan for contingencies. We're even sometimes making requests to air traffic control for the latest weather conditions in order to keep our situational awareness up to date. But on Avianca Flight 052, none of that seemed to have happened. And to understand why, we need to talk a little bit more about how this flight had been dispatched to begin with. You see, a major issue here seemed to have been that the pilots of Flight 052 had been given weather forecasts that were already 9 to 10 hours out of date. This meant that the forecast for JFK gave a visibility of 1 mile in rain with overcast at 800 feet and winds gusting up to 30 knots, quite poor but still above minimums. The forecast for their alternate airport, Boston, was even worse, indicating 3/4 of a mile visibility in rain, overcast clouds at 500 feet and winds gusting up to 25 knots. And knowing that, you might already be wondering why Boston was selected as an alternate at all, and that's a really good question. It turns out that the contractor who drafted Avianca's flight plans used a computer system that automatically entered Boston as the alternate airport for every flight to JFK, without actually checking what the weather was like. And Avianca's dispatchers then didn't cross-check if the alternate was appropriate or not. Now, Avianca's own procedures require that the alternate airport should have at least 1,000-foot cloud ceiling and 10 kilometers or 6.2 miles of visibility, which was clearly not met in this case. Now, to be perfectly honest here, the pilots should have caught this when they checked the dispatch paperwork, because making sure that we have a suitable alternate airport is a really important part of our pre-flight duties. But overall, it seems like everyone in this scenario was just going through the motions, so this important question was never even raised. If the pilots would have noticed the poor weather, they could have easily changed the alternate to Buffalo or Syracuse instead, which did meet the weather requirements, but that never happened. Now, on top of this, the pilots could and should have requested updated weather information whilst en route, but for some almost inexplicable reason, they didn't do that either.
God.
Investigators later reviewed communications with
that is not doing anything on this flight.
Every air traffic control facility along the flight's route, but there was no record anywhere of any request for the latest weather in JFK made by the flight. Now, we don't know why the crew never performed this crucial part of their duties, but there might have been an element of complacency involved. And that could also explain why the flight crew never asked about the traffic situation in New York either. You see, Avianca had a contract with a dispatch center in Miami that the crew could have called to request this information, but they never did that either. And according to dispatchers who worked there, they rarely heard from any Avianca crew at all. This could suggest that the culture at Avianca was not really encouraging pilots to be very assertive and to take control of their own circumstances, and that is something that we're going to see again as this story continues. Anyway, for several hours, Flight 052 therefore continued uneventfully northward. Eventually, they passed through the Miami, Jacksonville, and finally Washington ARTCC, which is where they suddenly run into the back of the massive queue inbound to JFK. At time 1904, the Washington ARTCC placed Flight 052 into a holding pattern over Norfolk, Virginia, a full 250 nautical miles south of the destination. And that was because not only were all the holding points in the New York ARTCC area already full, but so were the northern holdings in the Washington sector as well. After holding over Norfolk for 19 minutes, Flight 052 was eventually cleared to continue to the Boaton intersection near Atlantic City, New Jersey, where Washington ARTCC put them into a second holding pattern at time 1943 in order to await space to open up in the New York sector.
God, what a nightmare.
During this period, the pilots were cleared several times to descend, which likely kept up the impression that they were at least making some progress. But at time 20:09, after holding at Atlantic City for 26 minutes, the first officer finally asked Washington for information about any delays into Boston. And this was the first indication that the flight crew was maybe starting to be a little bit concerned about their situation. The cockpit voice recorder unfortunately only captured the last 40 minutes of the flight, so we don't know what the crew were discussing at this point or whether they were actually discussing to divert. But in any case, in response, the Washington controller stated that Boston was open and accepting flights and that they now could expect an additional 30 minutes of holding in New York airspace for JFK. At this point, Flight 052 had already been holding for 45 minutes, which is quite a long time, so 30 more minutes on top of that should have definitely started to raise some alarm bells about their fuel state. Now, of course, things weren't quite the same back in 1990, but the way that we do things today is that we, as a crew, will agree on a minimum diversion fuel level. And if we predict that we will start to get close to that diversion fuel level before we start our approach, then we might decide to divert right away, even before attempting an approach to our destination, especially if the weather is bad. We can also decide to commit to the destination and use our diversion fuel for holding, but only if the weather and situation is so good that a landing is highly likely. Now, calculating the expected fuel levels at any different point, including the diversion fuel required, would nowadays be done using the flight management computer. But on Avianca's 707s, it would have instead been the job of the flight engineer to do that. But there is absolutely no evidence that this was being done in this flight at all. Now, if a diversion fuel level isn't established, well, then you run the risk of letting yourself wait too long at your destination, and if the weather then turns out to be terrible, you might find yourself painted into a corner with no way out. At time 2012, Washington ARTCC cleared Flight 052 to continue north into the New York ARTCC, where they were subsequently cleared to the Cameron intersection, 39 miles south of JFK. Cameron was the point where JFK-bound aircraft were normally handed over from the ARTCC to the TRACON. But on that day, because there were more aircraft in the airspace than the airport could handle, aircraft were instead stacked up in holding patterns over Cameron at multiple flight levels. Now, because the TRACON's job is to sequence aircraft for approach, they don't hold aircraft in their airspace. Instead, they only accept a new aircraft when space has opened up in the landing queue. And the TRACON also has to keep a certain distance between aircraft in the approach corridor so that flights don't start catching up with each other when the plane in front starts to slow down for the approach. On this day, there was also a strong wind from the south, which meant that aircraft inbound from the south would have a strong tailwind at first until they turned around to approach runway 22 left, at which point that tailwind would become a headwind, resulting in a huge reduction in ground speed. So because of this, bigger separation was also required in the initial approach corridor, extending the delays even further. This meant that when Avianca Flight 052 finally arrived over Cameron, they were now the last ones in line to be fed into the TRACON. And when you have, let's say, 8 airplanes ahead of you and it takes each of them 5 minutes to cover the separation distance before the next plane can leave the hold, well then you're looking at a minimum of 40 minutes delay. All of that was apparent to the TRACON controllers, but not so much to the Avianca crew, who seemed to have really had no idea of just how bad these delays actually were. At time 2018, when Flight 052 arrived over Cameron flying at 14,000 feet, the New York ARTCC told the crew to expect further clearance at time 2030, meaning in about 12 minutes. Now, most likely the flight crew believed that this was the time at which they would finally be cleared for the approach, but that was not what an expect further clearance time actually meant. In fact, the controller had no idea when Flight 052 would be cleared for approach, but they did expect to clear them to descend further at 2030. It's likely that the Avianca crew did not understand this, and later Colombian investigators pointed out that if an expect further clearance or EFC time doesn't refer to the time when the plane will be cleared for approach, then what was the point of that EFC at all? And I kind of agree with that. In fact, that's likely why we don't use EFCs anymore. Instead, controllers today only give us an expected approach time, or if that time is unknown, they will say something like indefinite or undetermined holding. Now, if at this stage the crew of Flight 052 had been told to expect indefinite holding, they might have decided to just divert immediately towards their alternate, or at least to start making some type of contingency plans. But now that didn't happen. And if the pilots would have requested the latest information about the conditions at JFK, they would have learned that the weather was now way worse than expected. In fact, it had a visibility hovering right around their landing minimums, and it was combined with strong winds and rain. In fact, at time 2035, JFK informed flow control that 20% of all flights that attempted to approach runway 22 left had been forced to go around due to low visibility. So this was definitely not the time to commit to that specific airport. But here it seems like the pilots fell into the trap of believing that an approach to JFK was right around the corner, and that once they were cleared for the approach, all of their problems would be solved. As their first EFC time of 2030 approached, the controller provided a new EFC time of 2039, while also clearing the flight to descend down to 11,000 feet. Now, the crew accepted this without a protest, probably figuring that they could still wait 9 minutes more, and besides, they were being given further clearances, so clearly they were making progress, right?
No.
Well, time 2039 came and went, with no further clearances issued. It was around this time that the flight crew probably started to become really concerned about their fuel state, when in reality they should have been thinking about this for at least an hour at this point. They had now been holding at 3 different locations for a total of 1 hour and 9 minutes, and that meant that they had used up all of the fuel for the en route portion, plus most of the contingency fuel and diversion fuel that they had on board. In fact, just to land at JFK would now require them to dip into their final reserve fuel, which is never supposed to be used except for in a real emergency. Today, if our calculations show that we're going to have to use any of that reserve fuel, we must immediately declare an emergency to air traffic control using the phrase Mayday, 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 fuel. By doing that, we unambiguously tell air traffic control that we need to move every single other aircraft out of our way so that we can land immediately. And there were actually 3 words that could have gotten this response from ATC at the time, and those were emergency, mayday, and also pan. At this point, the Avianca crew were within rights to use any of those terms, and if they had, well then the outcome of the story might have been very different. But instead, the crew now kept waiting past their expected further clearance time until time 2044, when the New York ARTCC transmitted a new EFC time of 21:05. At this point, the pilots must have realized that if they didn't get any further clearances before time 21:05, they might actually run out of fuel even before reaching the airport. So, in response to this new EFC, the first officer now transmitted Well, I think we need priority. Now I want to pause here for a second and discuss the use of this word, priority. You see, priority does confer a sense of urgency, but in general, controllers would assume that if the situation was an actual emergency, well then the pilots would instead use one of those 3 words that I mentioned before. This meant that if you requested priority, you might receive some favorable treatment, but the controller probably wouldn't drop everything to get you to the runway as fast as physically possible. But Boeing documents related to fuel management on the 707 actually advised the pilots to request priority from air traffic control whenever they were operating with low fuel. And other Avianca pilots testified that their colleagues who had undergone training directly with Boeing, which included the first officer of this flight, came away with the impression that the word priority in a low fuel situation would result in the same air traffic control behavior as the word emergency. Now this is super important to understand because it actually explains a lot of what happened next here. In response to the first officer's request for priority, the New York ARTCC controller now asked, how long can you hold and what is your alternate? The first officer responded, yes sir, we're able to hold about 5 minutes, that's all we can do. Now what he meant here was likely that if they didn't start to approach in the next 5 minutes, they would
Someone
not
was just singing on the frequency.
But that's not exactly what he said. In response to that, the controller asked, what's your alternate? To which the first officer replied, we said Boston, but it's full of traffic, I think. The controller asked him to repeat that last message, and the first officer then said, it was Boston, but we can't do it now. We run out of fuel now. As this was happening in the ARTCC facility, a handoff controller, whose job it was to arrange handoffs between the ARTCC and the TRACON, had heard the first officer's request for priority and immediately called to ask the TRACON if they could take Flight 052 in. Now, while his colleague continued speaking with the first officer, the handoff controller said to the TRACON, Avianca 052, just coming off Cameron, can only do 5 more minutes in the hold. Think you'll be able to take him in, or should I set him up for his alternate? And in a tragic coincidence, he didn't hear the first officer say that he could no longer reach Boston, since he had already shifted his attention over to calling the TRACON at that point. As a result, the handoff controller assumed that when the first officer said that they could only do 5 more minutes in the hold, he had meant that after 5 minutes they would have to divert to their alternate, when he had actually meant that if they held for more than 5 minutes, they might not even reach JFK. And then, in a second critical miscommunication, the handoff controller didn't advise the TRACON that Flight 052 had requested priority. Because of all of this, the crucial knowledge that Flight 052 could not reach its alternate was now completely lost in the transfer. Less than a minute later, the New York ARTCC cleared Flight 052 to exit the holding pattern and to contact the TRACON, and within moments later they were out of the holding and proceeding in the direction towards JFK. This likely convinced the pilots that they were now being given priority, when in reality they actually weren't. In fact, the TRACON controller had simply decided to take Avianca next, and he didn't think any further special action was actually needed beyond that. And that misunderstanding was also tested just a few minutes later, shortly after the start of the cockpit voice recording. You see, because Flight 052 had been taken out of the holding early, they didn't have the appropriate separation from the aircraft ahead. So at time 2054, the TRACON instructed them to turn right heading 220, I'm gonna have to spin you, sir. And that was, for all practical purposes, another holding pattern.
Oh dear.
Now, if Flight 052 had declared an emergency, the controller would have obviously ordered other planes out of the way instead of giving them an orbit at this point. So this should have been a clear evidence to the pilots that they were not receiving the type of assistance that they needed. But instead of protesting, they just accepted it without any further questions or calls. Now, it has to be noted here that the captain either couldn't understand the controller's transmissions due to a language barrier, or he wasn't wearing his headset, or something else, because the first officer had to repeat every single instruction back to him. So in this case, the first officer simply gave him the heading that they had been cleared for without explaining what the controller was actually doing or why. And with the autopilot inoperative, the captain would have been hand flying, which probably required the majority of his attention. You see, the autopilot is a workload-reducing device, and when you don't have it, the extra workload of flying the plane displaces the ability to direct attention towards other topics, like analyzing the air traffic control and fuel situation or listening to transmissions in a foreign language. So in this case, the captain simply flew the plane through this orbit as though there was nothing else that he could do about it. Now that maneuver cost Flight 052 about 6 minutes, which, if you recall, was longer than the pilots said that they could hold for. Now, if the ARTCC had told them to wait for 6 minutes, they might have said no, but now they likely believed that they were being given priority handling, because they must have somehow rationalized that this was the fastest way to get to the runway, even though it obviously wasn't. Anyway, during the orbit, the controller also gave them some more bad news. There was wind shear reported on approach, with a 10-knot change in wind speed at 1500 feet and then again at 500 feet. In the cockpit, the captain now asked, "What is he saying? Wind shear?" To which the first officer replied by repeating the controller's transmission in Spanish. After the controller had told them about the wind shear, the pilots tuned into the automatic terminal information system to copy the latest weather. And that indicated that there was now an indefinite cloud ceiling at 200 feet, visibility of 1/4 of a mile, light drizzle and fog, and winds out of the southwest at 17 knots. So basically, dreadful
conditions. And how are they meant to land with no ILS?
Definitely not guaranteed.
Or raw data
the
ILS they're doing.
Were well aware of their dire fuel situation at this point, because the cockpit voice recorder now captured the flight engineer reading out the abnormal procedures for flight with less than 1,000 pounds of fuel in each of the 4 main tanks. You see, when the tanks are nearly empty, changing pitch too sharply can cause the fuel to slosh away from the fuel pump inlets, resulting in engine flameout, so the crew had to be careful here. By now, a mounting sense of dread was probably building up in the pilots' stomachs, and things were about to get much, much worse. For several minutes, Flight 052 now received normal handling, with progressive clearances to lower and lower altitudes, as well as vectors towards the final approach, just like any other plane in the landing sequence. During this time, the pilots still insisted to themselves that they were indeed being given special accommodation. As the first officer said, "They accommodate us." And the flight engineer stated, "They already know that we're in a bad condition." The first officer also attempted to reassure the captain by adding, "They are giving us priority." But in reality, they weren't. At time 21:11, the TRACON final controller cleared Flight 052 to intercept the ILS approach for runway 22 left and then instructed them to contact the tower. Now, they soon successfully intercepted the localizer to align with the runway and then started preparing to also intercept the glide slope. This would be the hardest part, because with no autopilot and no approach
how are you meant to do that?
The captain would have to, like I mentioned earlier, fly the approach using only raw data instrumentation. With reported wind shear, low visibility, manual flight on raw data and critically low fuel, this was almost certainly the most difficult approach that this captain had ever flown, and it was definitely the one with the highest stakes. Their fuel at this point was so low that if they didn't land on this first attempt, there was almost no chance that they could complete a second approach, so they had to get this approach right. Inside the cockpit, the captain continued having difficulty processing what his colleagues were saying, and at one point he even snapped at the first officer and told him, "Tell me things louder, because I'm not hearing it." And that was a clear sign that he was under extreme stress at this point.
Yeah.
At time 21:18, Flight 052 finally began to intercept the glide slope, while the pilots progressively extended the flaps to their maximum setting of 50 degrees and also lowered the landing gear. It would later turn out that flap 50 actually wasn't allowed with the special hush kits that this 707 was equipped with due to noise, and the extra drag from this flap setting likely made the captain's job even harder. Ahead of them, another aircraft now encountered a significant wind shear, worse than what the controller had previously reported, but this information was never passed on. In the cockpit, the captain was trying to follow the glide slope, but he did so with a rate of descent that was too high, likely because of a 60-knot headwind that was causing them to have a lower ground speed than normal. And because of this, they now quickly began to descend below the glide slope. The first officer called out corrections, to which the captain ended up overcorrecting, which is very easy to do when you're flying raw data. Remember, he didn't have a flight director telling him how much he should be pitching up or down as he normally would. At time 21:20, Kennedy Tower cleared Avianca Flight 052 to land and reported that the wind was now 090 degrees at 20 knots. So, with that 60-knot headwind that they had at their current altitude, this meant that somewhere in the next few minutes they would experience a 40-knot decrease in wind, in what's known as a negative wind shear. A positive wind shear tends to increase the airspeed and lift the plane up, so a sudden loss of headwind would have the opposite effect, causing airspeed to decrease and the plane to descend instead. Continuing to monitor the instruments as they passed through 1,000 feet, the first officer repeatedly warned, slightly below glide slope, and the captain repeatedly responded by overcorrecting above and then back below the glide slope, obviously struggling to follow the raw data indications. Below glide slope, the first officer cautioned again, glide slope! And then suddenly, at time 21:22, the headwind decreased by 30 or 40 knots in a matter of seconds, causing the airplane to descend rapidly. This is the wind shear, the first officer exclaimed, accompanied by the ground proximity warning system bursting into life, blaring out, glide slope! Whoa, up! Sink rate! 500 feet, the first officer then called out. They were now getting very low on the approach. A mile and a half short of the runway, they descended to only 200 feet above a residential neighborhood.
Oh my goodness.
The ground proximity warning sounded 13 separate times as the flight crew now desperately looked out, searching for the runway through the rain and fog. But with a cloud ceiling at 200 feet and only a quarter of a mile of visibility, they were unable to spot it. In the cockpit, there was now desperate shouting as the captain exclaimed, "The runway, where is it?" And the first officer repeatedly replying, "I don't see it, I don't see it." And it was at this moment that the captain came to the horrible realization that they wouldn't be able to land. He had no choice but to go around and hope for the best, so he now made the fateful call, "Give me gear up." At this point, Flight 052 only had about 10 minutes of fuel remaining, so even if they had immediately turned straight back to the outer marker and repeated the final approach, it was questionable if they could have made it. But if they wanted any chance of survival, they had to at least try to get that aircraft quickly onto the approach again, but that's not what happened. As the captain started to go around, he told the first officer to request another traffic pattern, while the flight engineer warned him to be smooth with the nose to prevent fuel slushing and engine flameouts. "Executing a missed approach, Avianca 052 Heavy," the first officer reported over the radio, and Kennedy Tower responded by instructing them to turn left onto an outbound heading and climb to 2,000 feet, which was the ILS intercept altitude. Hearing this transmission, the captain started to say, "We don't have fuel," but the first officer again simply read back the clearance and didn't protest any further. The captain continued by saying, "I don't know what happened with the runway. I didn't see it," and he then added, "Tell them we are in an emergency." Over the radio, the first officer now told Kennedy Tower, "We're running out of fuel," but he still didn't use the word emergency, and the tower controller also didn't ask for how much fuel they actually had left. The captain continued to insist, "Advise him we're in an emergency. Did you tell him?" To which the first officer replied, "Yes, sir, I have already advised him," which is the biggest indicator we have that the first officer believed his request for priority had really conveyed their emergency status to air traffic control.
No.
In fact, though, until the first officer said, "We're running out of fuel," neither the TRACON nor the tower controller knew that Flight 052 had any problem with the fuel at all. As the aircraft continued through its outbound turn, the tower instructed them to contact the TRACON for resequencing, which is not at all what would have happened if the controller believed that they were in an actual emergency, by the way. And once again, the first officer simply complied with that request. Moments later, after the crew advised that they had made this approach, the TRACON controller instructed them to climb to 3,000 feet in order to get them back into the approach queue. The captain told the first officer to advise him we don't have fuel, but the first officer only acknowledged the instruction to climb whilst also adding, "We're running out of fuel, sir." Climbing to 3,000 feet would simply waste their fuel and throw away whatever slim chance that they still had, but yet the captain complied and they started climbing anyway. The controller now also said, "Avianca 052 Heavy, I'm going to bring you about 15 miles northeast and then turn you back into the approach. Is that fine with you and your fuel?" And before replying, the flight engineer commented that the controller sounded angry, And the first officer therefore meekly replied, "I guess so, thank you very much." And then, for a while after this, there was only silence in the cockpit.
Oh dear.
Now, in aviation, we have this concept of 5 hazardous attitudes: anti-authority, impulsivity, invulnerability, macho, and resignation. And that last one, that's the one that I want to talk about here. Resignation is that feeling that there's nothing you can do anyway, so why even bother trying? Which is a real problem, because as a pilot, when you're in a nightmare scenario like this one, continuing to try as hard as you can is really the only thing that you can do. Now, I think that these pilots showed signs of resignation even well before the go-around, already when they started accepting instructions that made their fuel situation progressively worse, and actually even in the planning stage. Pilots need to make sure that they stay in control of events, instead of letting events control them, which is what this crew definitely did here. Just going with the flow and allowing things to happen to them. Sure, the captain was likely task saturated and they didn't have any CRM training, but that still doesn't explain why they stayed so relatively passive throughout this. At time 21:32, with the fuel gauges now reading near zero, Flight 052 began its base turn to intercept the localizer for a second approach. Seconds later, the fuel tanks began to run dry and the engines started shutting down one after another. Amid the sound of engine power rolling back, the flight engineer called out, flame out on engine 4, and then just seconds later he also added, flame out on engine 3, essential on number 2 and number 1. Knowing that the remaining engines would fail at any second, the captain now desperately called out, show me the runway. But they were still 15 miles away from the airport at this point, out over the north shore of Long Island. Over the radio, the first officer now pleaded, we just lost 2 engines and we need priority, please. But, of course, it was now way too late. The controller gave them a final heading to intercept the localizer, and when the crew acknowledged, that was the last thing anyone heard from Avianca Flight 052. On board, the cockpit voice recorder captured the pilots setting up their instruments for the approach, but then the recording abruptly ended as engine 1 and 2 also ran out of fuel and flamed out, removing the last bit of electrical supply from the aircraft. With no engines or electrical power, the lights also went out as the sound of the engines died away and an eerie quiet fell over Dude 707. Gliding down through the howling wind and rain, there was nothing that the pilots could do except for hoping that they would come down somewhere flat and open. But unfortunately, they didn't. At time 21:34, Avianca Flight 052 slammed nose first into a wooded hillside in the village of Cove Neck on Long Island, causing the fuselage to break into 3 pieces as the entire plane came to a sharp stop. The nose section was catapulted over a hilltop and through a backyard, while the main fuselage came to rest on a nearly 45-degree slope with its tail lying across a residential road. Inside the cabin, the extreme force of the impact caused the seats to buckle and rip out of the floor, sending passengers crashing into their surroundings with devastating results. Among the 158 passengers and crew, the crash ended up killing 73 people, including all 3 pilots and 5 of the 6 cabin crew. And out of the 85 survivors, all except for 2 infants were seriously hurt with multiple broken bones, severe head injuries, and many other forms of trauma. But because there was no fuel, there also was no fire. In its final report, the National Transportation Safety Board determined that the cause of the accident was the failure of the flight crew to exercise adequate fuel management and their failure to convey the emergency situation to air traffic control.
Yeah, that didn't say emergency.
Contributing factors included the crew's failure to request updated information on the situation in the New York area, improper traffic flow management by the Central Flow Control Facility, and the high difficulty of the manual raw data approach in bad weather under stress. That prevented the crew from landing the plane on that first attempt. In the years that followed, the crash of Avianca Flight 052 became an important cause for safety improvements around the world, affecting several different areas of aviation. In addition to reforming the way that expect further clearances times are issued, air traffic controllers are now much more strongly encouraged to ask a flight crew for more information if they suspect that there might be an issue with the fuel. And the International Civil Aviation Organization established the first unified global testing standards for airmen's English in order to ensure that pilots from around the world could effectively communicate in the language of aviation. This crash, and also other crashes during that same time period, including the Kegworth air disaster, also led the FAA to implement new standards for airline seat design to ensure that the seats could withstand an impact of up to 16 Gs and stay in position even in the event of severe damage to the floor. And this accident also endures as a case study for us pilots on how the crew can let themselves fall into a situation from which there is no escape simply by making a series of passive, favorable assumptions about the situation. This tragedy is actually a great example of why we should always plan for contingencies and constantly assess and then reassess our options as we're faced with changing circumstances. And that actually is good advice for any situation in life, including for you guys as well. Now, I hope that you found this video interesting, and if you did, remember to subscribe and leave a comment. I love hearing from you. If you want to see my next video before anyone else...
What a story that was, eh? What a story indeed. That was quite incredible, honestly. How that happened. I've seen the air crash investigation of that one. Yeah, quite incredible, honestly, that flight. Anyway, we are coming into land here very, very shortly. We have top of descent in just over 80 miles. And 100 miles we have it, so at 13:54. Current time is 13:42, so we've got about 14 minutes. Just going to re-brief the approach. We're going to see what runways they're using. I'm pretty sure they're using... There's a few controllers online as well here. We've got delivery, we've got EGGP online, we've got 2 times Scottish control online. So yeah, it's all popping off today. We've also got Shanwick online. It's popping off here in Manchester. We might have to do a few holding patterns. I'm just going to see what it's like. Yeah, get killed, fly. Get killed. Are these guys holding, or what are they doing? They're going to Barton. What is that? Oh no, I've got no idea what they're doing. Is that guy holding? I'm not entirely sure, but we're coming in on the arrival. We are near 2 guys that are heading to Manchester. Okay, so we're going to keep our speed up. They're at 440 and 443. I'm at 472, so I'm going faster than both of them. So I'm going to try and get some distance on them. And then if we need to hold at the point that is day something or other, what's it called? It's called something. It's called Dane. So I'm just going to write these flight levels down so I remember. Although the FM, or the thingy autopilot should take care of it. But Elvos at flight level 200. Elvos is flight level 200. And then we have Quishy, or Quishy, which is going to be at 250 knot. And then Dane, D-A-Y-N-E, which is 230 knot and 8,000 feet. Yeah, flight level 80. There we go. Alright. So, yeah, we don't need to set that in just yet, but we're descending to 20,000 feet we're descending, and then, yeah. So that's pretty cool then. Oh, that button did work. Okay, that's weird. Hold back the rhythm, let me look, river, I meant to say. Alright, I'll put the music back on just for the, just until we top of descend. Just until we do that. It's been a long flight, this one. Been in the air for 10 hours and 18 minutes. So, yeah, that is indeed a long one. A very, very long one indeed. In the middle, in the middle, in the middle of a dream, I lost my shirt upon my rings. I've done all the dumb things. Ba-na-na-na-na. Yeah, that was a really interesting video, honestly. I've seen the air crash investigation episode of it. I mean, yeah, it's not good. I mean, if they just declared an emergency, it would have been, you know, would have been avoided probably, although they were doing a raw data ILS, and that was... Not sure how you meant to do that in low visibility. Boo, 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 boo. So we're over the channel, are we, right now? On the track, in the middle, in the middle, in the middle of a dream. Okay, so UAE... No, sorry. AXY-393 Charlie is at the same altitude as us, I think. We're at flight level 400. So we're going to be flying... We're going to be contacting someone soon. I've done all the dumb things. Do-do-do-do-do-do-do-do. Right, I'm going to look at VAT glasses. Let's see what they have to say. I have to log in with VATSIM, apparently. Alright then. Allow. Does this website work? This website doesn't work for some... Alright, never mind. Yes, it does. Right, track me. My heart in the sapple sand, K-Sand. Da-da-da-da-da. Da-da-da-da-da-da. The Vietnam cold turkey. SEV, what does that mean? Could understand. Solo en route validation. Jin 73. Out in the Sydney Harbour. How do I go back to... Oh yeah, there we go. Do 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 do. Na 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 na. So yeah, we'll probably be contacting them around here. When we get into like Nottingham. When we get to Nottingham, we'll contact them probably. Do 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 do. Do 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 do. Yeah, it's getting busy, that's for sure. We're gonna have to be listening intently for this one. The engine's looking weird. Settle down. So yeah, 14:30 Zulu. How's that looking for the ETA? 50 minutes from now still. Yeah, that's... Maybe it's a little bit less than that. Could be a little bit less than that. Definitely won't be 17 minutes from now, though. Definitely won't be that. Probably mute the sim. BBC, hey? Well, the last planes out of Sydney's almost gone to. All right, cool. Hopefully, I don't. I might go to the toilet just before the descent because I've been drinking a lot of water. So, yeah, I don't want to be going to needing to go to the toilet during the descent, which would be a disaster. It would be a complete disaster. Lots of Unicom talking going on. Oh, and we've had Daventry come online. Okay, then I'm going to go to the toilet now. Because we've just had that come online. Alright, yeah, I'm going to go now. BRB. Alright, yeah, we've been contacted by them. We've been contacted by them. Cancelling the music. Back into the plane. Plane sounds on. V-pilot's turned up. Please contact me on 120... What's the frequency? VHF 120025. Alright. And I believe that's London Control, is it? I'm not sure. London, hello, Bangladesh 207.
Bangladesh 207, London Control, hello. It will be the Elvos 1 Mike arrival, route direct to Elvos.
Okay, Elvos 1 Mike arrival, route direct Elvos, Bangladesh 207.
Bangladesh 207, descend flight level 200 to be level by Elvos.
Descend flight level 200 level at Elvos, Bangladesh 207. Alright. Let's go. So direct Elvos and then descend to flight level 200 level at Elvos.
Good afternoon, Legend 393 Charlie with you flight level 4046 miles to Wellington.
Legend 393 Charlie, hello Elvos 1 Mike arrival, report your Mach number.
Elvos 1 Mike arrival and is currently 0.80.
Actually, we don't need to be descending right now, do we? No, we don't. We actually do not need to be descending right now.
Fly Mach 0.8.
We can actually wait a little bit. We can wait a little bit. I was going a bit too, I was a bit too excited there. We still have 55 nautical miles to go, so.
On 135 decimal.
Control is a little bit quiet.
Welling 3 Kilo Golf.
3 Kilo Golf.
Welling 3 Kilo Golf, contact London Control 135.580.
What the frick are you doing, aeroplane?
135.580 for 3 Kilo Golf, thanks.
London, good afternoon, Emirates 19, flight level 380, Welland.
Emirates 19, London Control, hello, Squawk 3477, Elvos 1 Mike arrival.
3477, Elvos 1 Mike, Emirates 19.
Alright, Elvos. Flight level 200. Kushai.
250. Thanks, fly Mach decimal 76 or
250 knot, and then Dane. Alright.
Speedbird 280, descend, flight level 90.
Alright, now descend to flight level 200. There we go. There we go. We've started our descent. Started our descent into Manchester. Yeah, back it goes to idle. Throttle's going to idle. Very good. And down we go. Through flight level 380. And flight level 200 level at Elvos, which we are not doing for some unknown reason. Why are we not doing that? Okay, speed brakes are required apparently. I might have to intervene with this.
Easy 180 Lima, hello, pass your message.
Thank you, A320, stand 58 at Birmingham. QNH 1003, clearance to Palma, please.
Easy 180 Lima, clear to Palma, ADMEX 1 Mike departure, runway 33, squawk 7601.
ADMEX 1 Mike departure, squawk 7601 from runway 33, Easy 180 Lima.
Easy 180 Lima, that's correct, your push and start's approved, QNH 1003.
Push and start approved, thank you.
Alright, so we're good on that.
Emirates 19 descend, flight level 200, level by Elvos, on conversion, speed 270 knots or less.
Yeah, that's for spacing for me, it seems.
Sorry, what was the level again, sorry?
200.
Flight level 200, level by Elvos.
Thank you, flight level 200, level Elvos, and on conversion 270 knots. Emirates 19.
Legend 393, Charlie, request descent.
Legend 393 Charlie, descend, flight level 200, level by Elvos, on conversion.
Flight level 20, level Elvos.
Or greater.
Legend 393 Charlie.
Sorry, Legend 393 Charlie, I think you cut me off there. Descend, flight level 200, level by Elvos, on conversion, speed 280 knots or greater.
Apologies, sir. Descend, flight level 20 by Elvos, and on conversion, speed 280 knots or greater. Legend 393 Charlie.
Okay. Let's match up the heading. We need to remember to do that because that's important to do. There we go. So it seems that we didn't have a slot book, but that seems okay. Controller is letting us continue. We've got the Elvos 1 mic planned, which is very good. We're descending through 31,000. There we go. Descending through 30,000 now. There we go. Finally starting our descent after almost 11 hours.
London, hello, Air Wings 2027, position Lambourne, and flight level 380.
Oh, that says 10:31.
02027,
Oh, look at that, the entirety of the
London,
United Kingdom is online.
Flight level 200 at Elvos, report ready for descent.
He's still a bit quiet, this controller.
Flight level 200 at Elvos, clear the Elvos 1 Lima arrival, and report when ready for descent to Air
Actually, I might have to change it within my V-pilot.
Emirates 19, fly heading 275.
275, Emirates 19.
Output volume. Let's put that to +3. Don't know if that'll make it louder, but we'll see what happens.
Bangladesh 207, contact London control 135.580, goodbye.
580. Contact London 135.580, Bangladesh 207, good afternoon. Right, 135.580.
Down to 2201 able, feeling for Kilo Golf.
426, hello, thank you, descent now, flight level 280. Ryanair 2 uniform, descent flight level 230.
Is that 230, correction, Ryanair 2 uniform control.
Right, correction, Ryanair 92 Sierra Quebec, contact Shannon 134.260.
135.260, Ryanair 92 Sierra Quebec.
London, hello, Bangladesh 207.
Chester radar 118.580.
118.580, Channel 66 Delta.
Easy 219, contact London 120.025.
120.025, Easy 219.
Ryanair 1 Golf, descent flight level 130.
Flight level 1304, Ryanair 1 Golf.
Bangladesh 207.
Costa. Bangladesh 207, hello, descent flight level 140.
Descent flight level 140, Bangladesh 207.
Vueling 3 Kilo Golf, resume your own navigation now to Dane.
Navigation to Dane, 3 Kilo Golf.
And there's no level restriction, but I need the speed off. Reduce now to 220 knots.
It will expedite 220, 3 Kilo Golf.
Qatari 18.
Qatari 18, David.
Thank you. Climb now. Flight level 190.
Right, down to flight level 140.
Ryanair T uniform, descend flight level 170.
Locked.
Cross there, Ryanair T uniform, descend flight level 170.
Descend 170, Ryanair 2 uniform.
Other station calling.
Seatbelt on.
Charlie Victor, flight level 390 Antigua.
VG79 Charlie Victor, thank you. Listo 1 Lima.
Listo 1 Lima, VG79 Charlie Victor.
Ryanair 21 Mike Lima, descend now, flight level 170.
Descending now, 170, Ryanair 21 Mike Lima.
Qatari 18, confirm climb now, unrestricted, flight level 190.
Yeah, climb now, unrestricted, flight level 190.
No, keep descending, you floghead.
3 Kilo Golf, descend flight level 90.
90, 3 Kilo Golf.
Bangladesh 207, speed 250 knots.
Speed 250, Bangladesh 207.
8065 Golf Whiskey. We've still not been handed off. We're approaching the south coast. I just want to check if that's correct, or we go over to Unicom now.
It's not correct. I'm on the Unicom.
Lovely. 122.8. Thank you.
Ryanair 5125, call London 128.130. Ryanair 5125, London 128.130.
128.130, Ryanair 5128.
Welling 3, sorry, disregard.
London, good afternoon. Version 127 Charlie with you, parking 3500 at 1 Yankee.
Right, zoom in, Matt.
Charlie, hello, thank you. Climb now, flight level 110.
Checklist, descent checklist, recall is checked, auto brake is set.
Ryanair,
the landing.
Uniform, descend flight level 150.
We do a flat 25 landing.
Ryanair 2 uniform.
Chanex 426.
And the minimums.
Flight level 200. Ryanair 21 Mike Lima, descend flight level 130.
Descending 130, Ryanair 21 Mike Lima.
500 will do.
79 Charlie Victor, report your requested level.
Requesting 370, 79 Charlie Victor.
79 Charlie Victor, climb flight level 370.
Thank you, climb flight level 370, 79 Charlie Victor.
Lovely, good afternoon. Legend 393 Charlie with you, speed 284.
Legend 393 Charlie, hello, thank you. Descend now, flight level 140.
Descend flight level 140, Legend 393 Charlie.
Flying 3 Kilo Golf, descend flight level 80, contact Manchester 118.580.
Down to flight level 80 and across to Manchester 118.580, 3 Kilo Golf.
Ryanair 1 Golf, descend flight level 110.
Flight level 110 for Ryanair 1 Golf.
Okay, there we go.
Qatari 18, contact, sorry, disregard. Qatari 18, contact London on 120.025.
Okay.
Qatari 18, London 120.025.
120.025, Qatari 18.
Ryanair T uniform, contact
So far we're doing good, so far we're doing good.
correction 134.420, confirm Ryanair 2 uniform.
Negative 134.430.
134.430, Ryanair 2 uniform.
15,000.
Ryanair 21 Mike Lima, descend flight level 80.
Descending 140, Ryanair 21 Mike Lima.
Ryanair 1 Golf, descend flight level 90.
Flight level 90 for Ryanair 1 Golf.
Ryanair 1 Golf, thank you. Contact Scottish 135.715. Oh, in fact, Ryanair 1 Golf, disregard.
Oh, I'm scared.
Ryanair 1 Golf, contact Leeds Radar 134.580.
Leeds Radar?
134.580 for Ryanair 1 Golf.
Under control there, Portugal 1310, leveling out short at flight level 200 at access.
Roger, call you back. Virgin 127 Charlie, climb flight level 120.
Climb flight level 120, Virgin 127 Charlie.
Chanex 426, contact Scottish 135.715.
Lucas, hello. Hello to you, mate.
Bangladesh 207, descend flight level 90.
Descend flight level 90, Bangladesh 207.
And Bangladesh 207, thanks. Call Scottish now, 134430.
134420, Bangladesh 207.
Negative, 134430.
134430, Bangladesh 207. Good afternoon. 134...
393 Charlie, speed now 250 knots.
Oh, you bloody bastard.
Speed 250, he's climbing now, flight level 140.
Heading 165 and climb 140, 35 kilo.
Emirates 19 descent, flight level 140, and just confirming you on a speed.
Down at 140 on A firm, we're on 270 knots, Emirates 19.
It's 19, Roger, maintain speed 270 knots.
Maintain 270 knots, Emirates 19.
Bangladesh 207.
Bangladesh 207, London control, hello. Roger.
Roger.
Scottish, good afternoon, Legend 393 Charlie with you descending flight level 140.
Right, so we're going to be holding at the Dane waypoint, maybe.
Scottish control, descend flight level 120.
Descend flight level 120, Legend 393 Charlie.
Right, landing lights are coming online. We're just going to turn on everything. There we go. I always get shaky when coming into this air or into this airspace. Like, I'm actually a little bit shaky at the moment. It was the same when we went to London Heathrow. Alright, so are we going to be cleared past the Dane waypoint? That is the question. To be cleared or not to be cleared? We've got the,
Scottish, hello, Wings 2027, flight level 265, descending flight level 200 to be leveled at Elbos, and we were cleared for the Elbos 1 Lima arrival, speed 270 indicated.
1003.
Scottish control, watch.
1,000 to go. Altimeters are set. Alright, we're coming in.
Bangladesh 207, contact Manchester radar 118.580, bye.
Contact 118.580, Bangladesh 207, see ya.
Legend 3903 Charlie, descend flight level 100, hold at Dane, heading 0, Christian 100.
Right heading 100, Eurowings, 52 November, maintain current altitude.
Affirm.
Radar, hello, Bangladesh 207.
Okay, Chenix 2 Golf, contact Tower 118.630, bye-bye.
118.630, 22 Golf, goodbye.
Chenix 666 Delta, contact Tower 118.630, bye-bye.
118.630, Chenix 666 Delta.
Wings 5
Hello.
November, contact Director 11, correction, contact Manchester Director, Carson only 121.355, bye-bye.
121.355, Carson only, Eurowings 52 November.
And the heading 3 Kilo Golf, turn left, heading 360 degrees.
360, 3 Kilo Golf.
Master, hello, runner 21 McLima inbound.
Did he hear me?
Field, descending flight level 100.
I don't think he did.
Traffic calling, sorry, say again.
Master, hello, Ryanair 21 Mike Lima, descending flight level 95, inbound Mercy.
Okay, back break bench. Heading 3 Kilo Golf, turn left heading at 340 degrees. Descent altitude 5,000 feet, QNH 1003.
Left to 340, down to 5,000, QNH 1003, 30 Golf.
Manchester radar, hello, Bangladesh 207.
Reduce speed at 220 knots. Descend flight level 80.
Was that for me? Oh, was that for Bangladesh 207?
No, from Bangladesh 207. Descend flight level 80, reduce speed 220 knots.
Okay, descend flight level 80, reduce speed 220 knots. Sorry, I stepped on you when you spoken to me. Bangladesh 207.
Bangladesh 207, you can fly your current heading.
Flight present heading, Bangladesh 207.
Ryanair 21, Mike Lima, Manchester radar, hello, vector side approach 23 right. Descend flight level 70.
Descend level 70.
That was around 070 degrees.
Building 3 Kilo Golf, descend to altitude 4,000 feet, reduce speed to 180 knots.
4,180 knots, 3 Kilo Golf.
Bangladesh 207, descend flight level 70, expedite to Fable.
Descend flight levels 70 and expediting, Bangladesh 207.
Building 3 Kilo Del, 3 Kilo Golf, turn right, turning at 360 degrees.
Right, 360, 3 Kilo Golf.
Building 3 Kilo Golf, contact Manchester direct, call sign only, 121.355, bye-bye.
Oh, this is getting busy.
Call sign only, 3 Kilo Golf, thanks for coverage.
It's getting busy.
Bangladesh 207, turn left heading at 360 degrees.
Turn left heading 360, Bangladesh 207. Right, there we go. Speed brake down. And around we come. Good old Bangladesh, eh? So where have we gone so far? We have gone sort of around in a circle a little bit.
Manchester radar, good afternoon, Legend 393 Charlie, with you in the hold at Dane, descending flight level 80.
That's all correct.
Legend 393 Charlie, Manchester radar, hello. Vector Silas, approach 923 right, descend flight level 70.
Vector 23 right, descending flight level 70, Legend 393 Charlie.
And what's the next call sign?
English 207, turn left heading at 337 degrees.
Turn left heading 330, Bangladesh 207.
English 207, which is speed 180 knots. And descend to altitude 5,000 feet, QNH 1003.
Okay, reduce speed 180, descend to 5,000, QNH 1003, Bangladesh 207.
Ryanair 21, Mike Lima, fly heading 085.
Flying heading 085, Ryanair 21, Mike Lima.
Manchester radar, Portugal 1310. Stand by, we'll call you back. And break bridge, Legend 3903. Route direct Dane, leave Dane, heading 025.
Route direct Dane and say again, heading Legend 393 Charlie.
Legend 393 Charlie, route direct Dane, leave Dane, heading at 035.
Roger, route direct Dane and leave heading 035, Legend 393 Charlie.
Ryanair 21 Mike Lima, turn left heading at 075.
Left heading 075, I'm going to turn quick.
Alright, there's a quick switch into there.
Bangladesh 207, contact director, call sign only, 121.355, bye-bye.
Okay, contact director 121.355, Bangladesh 207, see ya. Icing on the engine, shit.
Portugal 1310, approaching Mersey. Running 3 Kilo Golf, Roger, continue 23 right, number 2. Continue number 2, Building 3 Kilo Golf.
Why am I not going Bangladesh 207?
Dash 207, Manchester director, turn left wing 200 degrees, descend to altitude 3,500 feet.
Turn left heading 200, descend to 3,500, Bangladesh 207. Flaps
Running 3 Kilo Golf, speed 160 knots or greater until 40 ME. 160 or greater until 40 ME, 3 Kilo Golf. Dwelling 3 Kilo Golf, Roger, contact Manchester Tower 118.630, bye-bye. 18630, thanks for coverage, reading 3 Kilo Golf. Bangladesh 207, I was having 3, correction, 200 degrees, cleared on the ILS approach, runway 23 right.
Okay, from heading 200, cleared ILS 23 right, Bangladesh 207. Alright. Okay, localizer is engaged, so approach mode then. That was smooth. That was a smooth arrival. I was concentrating during that. And what's the tower frequency going to be on? They're on 118.63. Piss off. Alright, amazing. And we level off there.
Good afternoon, runner 21 Mike Lima.
Runner 21 Mike Lima, Manchester Director. Hello, turn right, heading 110 degrees, descend to altitude 4,000 feet.
This has been a hectic one.
Right, heading 110 degrees, descending 4,000, runner 21 Mike Lima.
Got a plane ahead of us over there. Alright, landing checklist. Speed brake. Armed.
Runner 21 Mike Lima, descend to altitude 3,500 feet, speed 180 knots.
Flaps 5.
Descending 3,500, speed 180 knots, runner 21 Mike Lima.
Bangladesh 207, speed 160 knots or greater until 4 DME.
Okay, 160 or greater till 4 DME, Bangladesh 207.
Bangladesh 207, contact Manchester Tower 118.630, bye-bye.
Contact Tower 118.630, see you later, Bangladesh 207.
K3 right, taxi to hold Tango 1.
Cross runway 23 right and hold Tango 1, Virgin 172 Charlie.
Where's my,
You're wings 52 November, turn right on Alpha, hold Alpha 4.
Right now Alpha 4, you're range 52 November.
Easy 328 Yankee, Manchester Tower, roger.
Tower, hello, Bangladesh 207, 11 miles, 23 right.
Bangladesh 207, Manchester Tower, good afternoon. Continue approach, runway 23 right, number 2, surface wind 270 degrees at 8 knots.
Okay, copy the winds, continue approach number 223 right, Bangladesh 207. Okay, we might need to,
Virgin 172 Charlie via Tango
slow
1
down.
line up.
Landing predictions? Oh shit, yeah.
Tango 1, 23 left.
Let's do that.
Line up and wait for Virgin 172 Charlie.
There we go, they're underway, 2 minutes.
3 Kilo Golf, runway 23 right, clear to land, surface wind 270 degrees, 8 knots.
Gear down.
Clear to land 23 right, dealing 3 Kilo Golf.
Tower, hello, Virgin 127.
Virgin 127, Manchester Tower, roger.
I need to slow down.
Easy 328 Yankee behind the landing, Dwelling 321, shot final via Papa 1 cross, runway 23 right behind. Once vacated, hold Tango 1.
Predictions are open, everyone.
Behind the landing A321 and
Flaps 15.
3 right and hold shot Tango 1, easy 328 Yankee.
Right now 1103, hold Tango 1.
Hold Tango 1, runner 1103.
It's a bit windy. Flaps 18. Oh, sorry, correction. Flaps 20.
Speedbird 19 Delta, contact Scottish Control 134.430.
Flaps 25.
Speedbird 19 Delta, contact Scottish Control 134.430.
Flaps 30. Oh, sorry, no, just flaps 25. We're doing a flaps 25 landing. That's the shutdown checklist. All right. Here we go then. SIP1SZ. Hello. Welcome, welcome, welcome.
Right now, 1103, expedite taxi, it's a left turn.
Expedite taxi, left turn, runner 1103.
Oh, welcome in Marlon, you're just in time.
November, contact Manchester ground, 121.
Autopilot off.
121.855, you're range 52 November.
Checked. I'm shaking a bit.
And Tower feeling 3 Kilo Golf vacated to Alpha Echo. 23 right.
Standby break, Bangladesh 207, runway 23 right, clear to land, surface wind 270 degrees, 8 knots.
Clear land 23 right, Bangladesh 207.
Following 3 Kilo Golf, turn right and Alpha, hold Alpha 4.
We're a little bit off to the right.
Right and Alpha, hold Alpha 4, meaning 3 Kilo Golf.
Virgin 172 Charlie, runway 23 left, surface wind 270 degrees at 8 knots, cleared for takeoff.
Winch copy, clear for takeoff, 172 Charlie. Tower, hello, runner 21 Mike Lima, establish tower approach runway 23 right.
Right, 21 Mike Lima, Manchester Tower, continue approach, runway 23 right, number 2, surface wind 270 degrees, 8 knots.
Continuing number 2, runner 21 Mike Lima.
Continue.
Right now, 1103 via Tango 1.
Whoa, that stutter though.
Tango 1, line up 23 left, runner 113.
Following 3 Kilo Golf, contact Manchester ground 121.855.
121.855, thanks for coverage, viewing 3 Kilo Golf.
Virgin 127 behind the landing.
I don't know about that. Reverse is engaged.
Via Papa 1, cross runway 23 right behind, hold Tango 1.
Was that bad? I have no idea. That did not look good at all. That looked absolutely woeful. But we're down. I could hardly hear the GPWS. Alright, no, that was alright, I reckon.
3 Charlie Manchester Tower.
Right, exiting at 52 knots.
Right, number 2, surface wind 270 degrees at 8 knots.
To approach number 2, legend 393 Charlie.
Oh. Alright, welcome down. What is that plane? Is that a Binter Airways? Above 350 for sure, you reckon? What is that aircraft? That's obviously not model matched.
Contact Scottish Control 125.9.
Oh no. Whoa, 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 whoa. Bangladesh 207, clear the runway.
Bangladesh 207, thanks. 10 right and Alpha, hold Alpha 4.
Right and Alpha, hold Alpha 4, Bangladesh 207. What's happened to my model matching? It's completely broken. My model matching is fucked. Uh-oh. Tell me what I didn't do. What? Oh, shit, yeah, that's what I didn't do.
Tower, good afternoon. Portugal 1310.
Yeah, because I did a full recycling of my community folder. And now they look like absolute wankers, these planes. Well, that's saddening. Oh, well, we've landed.
Right now, 1103, runway 23 left, surface wind 270 degrees, 8 knots, cleared takeoff.
23 left, clear for takeoff, runner 1103.
Easy 328 Yankee behind the departing Ryanair.
Oh, well, it's fine.
Via Tango 1, line up from
it would have been good to have that.
Another wait, 23 left.
Right, flaps up.
Behind Ryanair 737, easy 328 Yankee.
Was that really that bad of a landing?
1310 calling.
Alright, here we go. I'm going to check. Oh,
we are 8 miles out.
286 is kind of shite.
Manchester Tower, continue approach, runway 23 right, becoming number 2, surface wind 270
Well, it wasn't above 350.
Continue approach.
286 isn't that bad, I'll be honest with you. Is it bad, 286? I don't know. But it was over. Whoever betted 30 channel points has unfortunately lost them.
Virgin 127, not a problem, report ready.
Okay.
And I need to look at where I'm taxiing. Where's Alpha 4 is there? Oh, well, welcome to Manchester after a flight time of... Oh, I can't even check.
207, contact Manchester ground, 121.855.
121.855, Bangladesh 807, 207, thanks.
Easy 328 Yankee, runway 23 left, cleared for takeoff, sir.
Ground afternoon, Bangladesh 207, holding at Alpha 4.
Bangladesh 207, Manchester, taxi Delta 3, expect stand 116.
Okay, taxi Delta 3 and expect stand 116, Bangladesh 207. I've lost my pen. I have lost my pen. Where did... Oh, it's on my lap.
Your rank 5 to November, which stand?
What did he say? 116, did he say, or 156? I forgot what stand he said. 1 something something or other. Gotta love the model matching. I can't remember what Standy said. Does anyone remember?
Ground good air transat 207, gate 25, ready push and start.
Traffic 207, Manchester, roger, hold position,
Oh, my sim is a little bit, it's losing a few frames. Oh, this model matching is really annoying.
One 63 taxi hold with Papa 1.
Taxi to Papa 1, version 63.
105 the Echo taxi, Papa 1 via Lima.
What stand did he say? 156 or something?
2-1 Mike Lima, holding Bravo 2.
2-1 Mike Lima, Manchester, hello, Roger. Taxi hold short Bravo.
I don't even know.
48.
Taxi hold short Bravo 3, expecting 48, 2-1.
163 hold position.
Hold position, version 63.
Oh. The bloody model matching, eh? Oh well. It was a good flight at least. It was a very good flight. I'm going to re-download the thing.
When the Ryanair's taxiing, then you can follow them to Papa 1.
Sorry, can you repeat that?
So there was a Ryanair just pushing in front of you. I'm not sure where they've gone. They seem to have disconnected. You've seen taxiing them.
Roger, I can see them. There's an A320, I believe it's loud, yeah, but yeah, no problem, we'll hold until they push back.
Ring 5 to November taxi, stand 109 by Echo and Zulu, yeah, Zulu Orange.
Yeah.
Echo, Zulu Orange, spelling 109, your rings 5 to November.
Calling 3 Kilo Golf, same for you, follows the Eurings taxi, Echo, Zulu Orange, holds, stand 107.
Echo and Zulu Orange behind the Eurowings for stand 107, reading 3 Kilo Golf.
Bangladesh 207 taxi, Echo, November Alpha, stand 116.
Okay. Taxi Echo November Alpha to stand 116 for Bangladesh 207.
Runner 21 Mike Lima taxi, Bravo, Kilo.
116 it is.
Bravo Juliet to stand 48.
Bravo Juliet 48,
Come on, you viewling or whatever your name is. Just imagine that they're real planes. Bloody hell.
Manchester Ground, good afternoon, Legend 393 Charlie.
393 Charlie, Manchester, hello, thanks. Hold short of Charlie 2, expect stand 2-1.
Hold short, Charlie 2, expect stand 2-1, Legend 393 Charlie.
Welcome down to Manchester. That was a flight time of 10 hours and 45, so it was actually less than what we predicted. We are landing before our ETA, which was 14:30. Yeah, we landed way before it. So we're going down here. Then it's a long taxi down to November Alpha. So let's get some throttle power in here. Well, there we go. We're down. A successful flight, I'd say, minus the model matching.
Eurings 9341, stand 304, fully ready for push.
Eurings 9341, Manchester, hello, thanks. Stand 304, push and start preface west.
Push and start approved facing west, 9341.
Part of the event, yeah, I was.
301, just check we're doing your sequence, right?
Yeah, this is part of the event. The Manchester Easter event. Or the Man TMA Easter. Or whatever it's called.
Face east. Roger, Singapore 301.
And this is the Makos in Manchester.
Ground, checking in, Portugal 1.
Made by yours truly.
2 stations, Calibra, Transavia 19 Bravo, stand 43, pit start through face south.
Face south, Transavia 19.
Portugal 13.
Okay, that's the next right. Next right turn. So let's get GSX working then.
Expect stand 111, taxiing on Delta, confirm now, on Portugal 1310.
It's going to be under gate or parking.
Stand 111.
Taxi Delta and expect stand 111, Portugal 1310.
Flight 227, you ready yet?
Right, there we go.
Flight 227, Manchester.
Ryanair 227, right for taxi.
Flight 227, taxi holding point Papa 1.
Why does my chart go left, but the actual scenery goes to the right? I mean, it stays straight. It's very weird. So where's November Alpha?
Traffic 207,
Oh, there's 116. Ah, so we got a remote stand. That's interesting.
West Station
Oh shit, need a turn. Hold back the river, hold back. Alright. Let's pull her into the stand then.
Portugal 1310, taxi stand 1115, Echo and Zulu.
Taxi to stand 111 via Echo and Zulu, Portugal 1310.
Let's turn early doors and then we'll go in.
Ground Virgin 6, just confirm, are we following the Rhino ahead?
Excellent.
Roger.
Bring in some right throttle. Round we come.
56 Lima Golf, stand 1, requesting push and start.
Easy 56 Lima Golf, score 5660.
5660, easy 56 Lima.
On a 227 contact tower, 118.630, the plane.
18630, yep.
163, 118.630, the plane.
118.630, mate, thanks, Virgin 63 Heavy.
Parking brake on, engine shut down.
Stand, thanks for the service, sir. Good afternoon.
Engine 1, engine 2. And welcome down. What a flight. What a flight. And that's right on the wrong stand. Oh, well, who cares? It's fine.
Ground radar, 8 November, ready for pushing start.
Beautiful. Beautiful stuff. Passenger signs off. Beacon light off. And everything is off, is it? Yeah, we'll dehydraulicise. And there we go. Brilliant. Brilliant, brilliant, brilliant. Beautiful flight. And we'll go and request deboarding as well here while we're at it. And there we go. Amazing. Alright, let me turn down V-Pilot a lot. And there we go. The flight to Manchester has been completed in the Biman Bangladesh Airlines, otherwise known as BBC Airlines. That was a very, very nice flight to do. A very nice split stream longer one. Unfortunately, that's going to be the only flight of this stream because it's just ticked over to 12 AM. And yeah, so the schedule for next week, I'm probably going to do it right now. We're not going to be doing a morning stream tomorrow because, well, that's just not going to be possible. So it's probably going to be a night stream. We'll probably do the milk run, I think. The milk run, I think I might be able to start the milk run from the actual event start time proper. So that'll be good. Expect that to be happening probably. And yeah, for the rest of the week, we'll see how that goes. So, yeah, schedule will be up in like 1 or 2 hours on the Discord channel. If you're not part of the Discord, ! Discord in the channel. I know I didn't do much talking during that arrival, but yeah, I had to concentrate because of the ATC, of course. But yeah, that was a fun arrival with full ATC services into Manchester. And there it is there. You can see it all there. Wow, look at those dark sectors there. That shows you that it is busy. It is very, very busy indeed. We came through London Control, and then we came into... Yeah, I mean, we just came into all of these places through here. There's 3 approaches online right now. There's, you know, many controllers on the ground, 2 ground controllers by the looks of it. And, yeah, it's very, very hectic here at the Manchester airport. But that's going to be all from me for today. Thanks, everyone, for watching this stream. I hope you all enjoyed it. I certainly enjoyed making it. And so that will be the end from me, everybody. Thank you for watching. And we'll see you in the next stream. So I'll see you later, everyone. Goodbye. Have a good one.